Hey guys, if you like my content, if you like the video, if you want to see more of this, then please just subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, send a comment. It would really mean a lot to me if you guys did that. And thank you so much for everything that you guys do. I would not do any of this without any of you guys at the Guild of Gurus and just on YouTube. So you guys are the best. Thank you very much, and enjoy the podcast.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the third episode of Fools Rush In. My name is Sarafi, and I'm happy to meet you all. Joining me again is my good friend, Khrome. Khrome, what are your thoughts now that you've woken up and kind of seen all the new stuff that got revealed last night for Rush Duels and Duel Links?
Okay, definitely. I think everything that was revealed was good news. There is one thing that there's one thing that got me a little not doubtful, but interested.
Okay.
But yeah, it was overall a very positive reaction from me.
Good. Well, let's go ahead and let's make sure that that reaction is clear in your mind. I'm going to go ahead and show the full trailer, and the two of us will watch it again, just so that we can see it. And then once we've seen the full trailer, we'll discuss what our thoughts are. Let's see. Did you watch the whole stream, by the way?
Actually, no. I watched the as soon as the leaks came out, I just gave it a little quick rundown to see if I missed if there was anything else that was mentioned that wasn't being highlighted.
There were a lot of things, so let's go ahead and let's watch this.
Yuga, ここは一体どこなんだ？
ここはデュエルリンクス電脳世界さ。
電脳世界？って全自動洗濯機の親戚か何かか？
親戚ではないかな。それはそうと、早速この世界でもラッシュデュエルをやってみようよ。
いいぜ。俺はどんな世界だって負けはしない。
そうこなくちゃ。行くぞ、ラッシュデュエル。じゃあ早速行くよ。モンスターを3体召喚。
何？いきなりモンスター3体？
僕の考えたラッシュデュエルではありえるのさ。カードを2枚セットしてターンエンド。
面白い。それならこんなこともできるよな。モンスターを2体召喚。リリースしてアドバンス召喚。出てこい、電撃竜ドラギアス。さらに2体を召喚し、ドラギアスの効果ギアスチャージ発動。3体のモンスターで攻撃爆裂作動激光弾。さらにドラギアスは2回攻撃できる。ドラギアスは2回攻撃できる。熱殺波動竜王撃。
さすがだねルーク。
そうだろう。俺はこれでターンエンドだ。さあここからどうする？ユウガ。
その強さ、高速違反級電。
オーディエンスをがっかりさせないでよ。
僕はまだ諦めない。僕のターンドローだ。
5枚ドローだと？
そう、ラッシュデュエルでは手札が5枚になるまで何枚でもドローできる。常に逆転の可能性があるのさ。はぐれ使い魔とミスティックディーラーを召喚。モンスター2体をリリースしてアドバンス召喚。行く手を阻む壁も山も惑星もロードを切り開いてスキスセブン。行くぞセブンスロードマジシャン。デッキの一番上のカードを墓地へ送り、セブンスロードの効果発動。エレメンタルロード。墓地のモンスターの属性1種類につきセブンスロードの攻撃力を300アップできる。セブンスロードマジシャンでドラギアスを攻撃。切り開け僕のロード。これがラッシュデュエルだ。遊戯王デュエルリンクスにラッシュデュエルが登場。新たなデュエルを遊び尽くせ。
コナミ。
Okay.
It's
So
so weird to have Luke have such a deep voice.
yes, that is a bit weird. Okay, so let's talk about what we just saw. So a few
Okay,
things. Number one, those were all the sprites. So they animated that with sprites. So when Luke was looking surprised because Yuga drew 5 cards, that is his defeat sprite.
that is really cool.
Yes, but what that means is that we know, first of all, that Gakuto and Roman are confirmed, and also that Gavin or Gakuto has his Sogetsu style outfit in the duel because he was clearly wearing it.
Yeah, I doubt maybe they're gonna give him another sprite for Overworld and
Oh, we
events,
have
but
seen that.
yeah, but I'm pretty sure that the dual sprites are gonna be
Mhm.
with that style. The thing that like I'm pretty sure, for example, we're gonna have the world with Yugo and Luke unlocked, and I think Gacto or Gavin and then Roman will be either like very early unlocks, like oh get the world to level 5 and then you unlock them almost immediately,
Mhm.
or one of them is going to be like an immediate event, like they did with Playmaker, basically.
Yeah, that's gonna be the well. Playmaker was the level 10, but you're talking about Silvio. So
Silvio, sorry.
Silvio was one that where we had to once we got I think a certain amount of reward. We were and then there was a Scud from DSOD too that was also an unlock as opposed a lifetime mission reward as opposed to like a regular unlock from the level stages. Yeah, I would agree with that. I think it's going to be um, Yuga, Luke, and Roman to start with, and then Gavin's going to have some kind of requirement, like maybe you summon 100 warriors or something like that. Um,
Hmm.
and then we'll be able to like get all 4 of them day one. Um, now, I'm assuming that you probably looked at Duel Links meta, right?
Yes, I know most of the leaks that and all the gifts, the goodies that we're gonna get
Okay,
on
so
the
you
29th.
actually don't, and that's why I wanted to let you know. So
Mm.
if you looked at Duel Links meta is missing a very important thing from the stream. Well, there was a screenshot. I can pull it up in the actual live stream if you need to see it. But they showed off, like when they were talking about here. Hold on, let me find it. Um, actually, I think no, not quite here. Hold on, I've got the live stream on the screen.
Hmm.
Here it is. Look at this. So this is them explaining to the VTubers the rules of Rush Duels. And what do
Okay.
you notice?
Wait, that is not Gavin's.
That is not Yami Ruler the Dark Lair. That is Kime Ruler the Dark Raider.
What? Wait. Okay. What?
So 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 this is an indication that Kime Ruler the Dark Raider will also be available on release.
This is insane.
Yes, so we know that Shock Dragon is coming. Shock Dragon has already been confirmed, along with Rush Dragon Dragius. And now we're getting both Kime Ruler and Yami Ruler, and we're getting Seven's Road and Seven's Road Witch.
Okay, so they're giving a lot of support that was not available. Okay, this is an interesting meta.
Yeah. What if they give us? They could be giving us because we know that there's a leak for Lullabind and Climax Finale. Um, there's a skill for you to have those in your deck. So if we're already getting Climax Finale, we could be getting Esperade the Smashing Superstar as well. Like, there's no indication of that yet, but with every other character getting 2 of their ace monsters to start with, and 3 for Yuga, this could be um, an indication that Psychics will also be getting a lot of support. We have no idea how big this box is going to be.
The other thing that I want to mention too, because we've been talking a lot about the support that spellcasters and dragons get early on. I don't think we've seen that support in any of the leaks yet.
We have not seen Dark Revelation yet. We have not seen Fire Dragon's Heatless yet. We have not seen Magical Stream yet.
like if spellcasters and dragons don't have that support, they will not be as dominating as they were on release.
Yeah, if everyone has to use just Hammer Crush, that would be really interesting.
So it's okay. This is actually, if this is actually what they're doing, this is shaping up to be a very healthy meta, where like all 4 main decks that are going to be released have a decent amount of support and skills behind it. Oh, this is interesting.
Did you
This is really interesting.
did you read the guide on skill 41 that I posted yesterday?
No, not yet.
Okay.
I was a little bit shocked at the skill that was revealed.
Which one? Oh, the Sevens Excel skill?
7th Road Act.
Yeah.
I was very shocked to see even the skills for Rush have the condition effect.
Yes, a lot of skills for Rush have restrictions on what you can be running, and now the restrictions do seem pretty lax. Like the restriction for the Winged Beast deck says you can only run Winged Beasts, Spellcasters, or any monster with less than 1,400 attack points.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
they want your like main deck to be Spellcasters and Winged Beasts, but they understand that it'll be difficult for you to fill up 40 cards with just those, so they allow you to run weak tribute fodder of any type.
And potentially in the future, this is actually in the future, we have a lot of cards like 2 years on the road, which are low level and wildly applicable
Mm-hmm.
because they just dump things in the graveyard, for example, that a lot of decks like. So designing the skills this way, make sure that you have to run the main wing strategy that the skill is designed for, but you can still add some low-level support cards in the future. That is actually a really clever design.
Yep.
If they keep it this way.
Now, let's move on. Khrome, I'm sure you're eager to see some actual gameplay as opposed to a trailer. They showed 3 duels in this. Do you want to see them?
Oh yes, yes,
All
yes,
right.
yes.
Let's fast forward a bit.
I like that again. Another thing that I liked a lot, the use of orange for Rush. It differentiates from the Duel Links Blue, and also it's Seven Road's main color.
Chrome or not Chrome. Crow said that it was them reusing the cross duel cinematic.
I mean, it could be seen that way, but if you look at the Seventh Road archetype, it's rainbow themed.
It looks very much like cross duels.
It does look like Crossel, but if you look at this road archetype, it's rainbow themed, and Seven's Road Magician is the orange color.
Okay, all right. So there was another big reveal. Hold on, let me show you. This was like not intentional on their part, but it's gonna be hard for me to show. I'll have to like let it play for a moment. All right, so let me just. I'm gonna just mute it so that you don't have to listen to all the foreign language streaming. But 1 second. Okay, so they're in the overworld, and they're gonna move to a different screen. Okay, look. So we already knew that Yosh was potentially an NPC, but now they've revealed that Celestia is also an NPC.
Okay.
So we are not going to get Celestia, Yoshio, or Sabu Ramen as playable characters.
Sabu Ramen is the one that saddens me the most.
I mean, Yoshio has the Beast Gear World spell, which like I was expecting was going to be a big, anti-meta card. So I'm disappointed that we're not getting that. But yes, like the funny character with the cool deck, and it's weird because we'll go over it. There's a skill that they've leaked that seems like it's intended for the Noodle Ninja deck. So I don't know which character they're going to give that to if Sabu Ramen is not a playable character.
Is it possible for a character? I don't think that ever happened, like graduating from NPC to playable, right?
That has never happened. But then again, Brains was the first time they used like named NPCs as NPCs. So we're already in pretty foreign territory.
Because I can see, well, Rush has a thing where it has a big main cast, not as big as GX's.
Mm-hmm.
It has a big enough main cast, so they don't need characters like Saburamen precisely to have a full roster.
Well, but I was thinking that they were going to use the big cast from Rush to kind of pad out releases for multiple
Yeah,
years, because they only have one anime left after this.
that's the thing that. Okay, there's another discussion as well, like what's gonna happen after Go Rush, but
Yeah, we'll have that discussion probably in September of next year when we're all dooming.
yeah, because like I don't think maybe we have a new anime after Go Rush by the time they release Go Rush here, but they're gonna run out of anime.
They are. But
Like
I mean,
the,
we were dooming about this last year though, because we all assumed that Go Rush or that Rush Duels was not going to be added, and then they turned this around. So I don't know what they're going to do in terms of worlds in 2025, but at the same time, we probably shouldn't even bother worrying about it. Let's move forward.
let's move forward.
Okay. All right. So we have Celestia. Okay. So now we can take a look and we'll see Sabu Ramen's sprite, which is really good.
The world itself looks great, actually.
It does. All right, so yeah, here's Sabu Ramen's overworld sprite. Looks fantastic. His chopsticks are a little small, but other than that,
I am noticing that they gave the sprites because in the anime, the original Rush anime, one of the things that makes it look so kid-like for Yu-Gi-Oh viewers is that if you look at Yu-Gi-Oh character design mostly, they're very detailed.
Mhm.
And Rush is way simpler, probably to save on animation costs as well. But if you look at Saburamen, they added a lot of detail to the design itself. Like for example, the little shines on the hair, the wrinkles on the clothes. I think
well,
they're doing this so it doesn't clash too much with the other characters. Like this feels like a Yu-Gi-Oh character.
he's. I mean, you. So the criticisms of the Sevens art, you have to remember that it was done by a completely different art studio.
Oh yeah, of course.
Okay, so, but yeah, I agree. He does have more details, like the stretch marks on his sleeves, for example.
Hmm.
Okay. So you can see that a few things. First of all, the character is level 1.
Hmm.
So this may be an indication that if you create a brand new Duel Links account, you are able to access the Rush world without leveling up too much in the original DM world.
Which would make sense because like again, this is a new game essentially. So you would want to, for example, for a new player that's starting out immediately, to be able to choose like, do you want speed or rush duels?
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense for me.
Yep. All right, and let's see. I was telling Crow and Gold last night, watching these like level 1 and level 10 NPCs in Rush Duels, they're actually somewhat threatening when they can summon 3 monsters at once.
Yeah. If you brick, this is not gonna be pretty. Oh, the coin. That's
Yeah,
cute.
the 7's coin, yeah. Now you can see the life point indication is different. We have confirmation that we will have 6,000 life points.
Yes. And 30 card decks.
Yep.
Which I mean, it's still smaller than 40 to 60, but I don't mind a 30 card deck.
All right, so the opponent's marks. Now remember, this is an NPC, so the NPC may have cards that we will not get. We should not count on any of the cards the NPC is using being cards that we reveal. But you can see there's a trap card, and there we go, Pierce. Pierce has been revealed.
Yeah. Pierce is gonna be a mainstay in everyone's deck.
It
for a little
is,
bit.
but it's good that we don't have to wait for it.
Yeah.
Imagine,
Oh, no.
imagine even 1 month of us not having Pierce.
Set 3 meta.
Yep. All right. So to their credit, this at least this NPC deck has a lot of fire monsters. So I like Brave Max always changes his deck like every other NPC. I don't want them to do that for Sabu Ramen. I am hoping that even though he is an NPC, he has like a specific deck like other legendary duelists, and he doesn't just change his deck randomly. because that would really annoy me.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm looking through. Is the fire thing a spellcaster?
Yes, the monster that Yuga has summoned is Fire Golem. Yes. Which is a spellcaster that has an effect where you can pay 600 life points to reduce the defense points of a monster on the field by 600.
Yeah, I was about to say this is a misplay then.
Oh yeah,
My eyes, please.
don't worry. I mean, this guy, the guy who's playing, and I noticed this last night, he doesn't even have like manual selection of his zones. He's auto playing to zones, and I'm just that. Yeah, don't. There's going to be a PvP match coming up, and they're like, don't bother talking about all the misplays because they like throw so hard the whole time, both sides.
Yeah, no, this is a moment where you're lucky you're playing against an NPC because this board is not good.
Yeah, he's not even summoning Ancillor.
Like, for anyone wondering, the correct play here, the other card he has in his hand is Mystic Dealer, which allows you to discard a spellcaster to draw a card. So what you want to have done is you, instead of summoning the second golem, you summon Mystic Dealer, activate the effect, discard a golem, draw a card, and then tribute the Mystic Dealer for the normal monster in his hand, which is 2000 attack. That'll be the correct quote-unquote play.
Alright, so the NPC drew 5 cards. Or, no, I guess yeah, no, he did draw 5 cards. Oh yeah, because he played Sparks twice last turn. Alright, there is a Noodle Ninja, and I believe, I don't have the sound on, but I believe he does have special lines for the Noodle Ninjas. Okay, so this is the animation for drawing multiple cards.
I like it a lot.
Yep.
Piercy's not going to do anything here, but if he wants to activate it, he can. And which one is that trap?
That trap is, I don't remember the name of it, but when an opponent's monster declares an attack, you can make the monster lose attack points equal to the number of monsters that share a type with it in your opponent's graveyard times 100.
Okay, I mean, it could be relevant late game, especially if we don't have the actual good traps yet, if they're gonna take a while to come.
Well, remember this account isn't very old, and he's got 9,000 gems. So, like, I think they're showing mostly the cards that you get on unlock, as opposed to like the cards in the box.
No, I'm thinking more like what the cards we see, the cards we're seeing, if they're gonna be relevant, if they can be relevant or not. I think that trap could be relevant specifically because while decks in Rush are not as xenophobic as decks in other formats of Yu-Gi-Oh, there is advantages to playing a single type.
I am going to turn the sound on just a little bit. Alright, see if you can talk over that.
Yeah, I can.
Okay. The problem is they don't stop talking.
That is a very Japanese stream.
Yes. Alright, so we get to see Ancillor's summon now.
I want to say finally, but no, I don't want to.
Okay, so we get confirmation that they have regular cut-in animations like in Duel Links.
Okay, so yeah, the Yuga deck is basically a very standard spellcaster deck. I don't think we're gonna have Yuga using his ace, having his ace in the deck.
Well, hold on. So that we'll get to that. But before we do that, I'm going to turn it up all the way for a moment so you can hear the BGM. And I know you're going to hear like a lot of sound, a lot of voices, but there's not really a better way for you to hear the BGM.
よ
行くよ
あまずいなちょっと
ドローだ
どうしよう
守備表示でもないな
守備表示にしとけばいいのに
あれ
ね。
してみるか
さすがにセットしてくれよって思う。まあ、一番低いキャラになってますので伏せた方がいいのに。おアンサラー
負けんしアンサラーを出し
アドバンス召喚ですね。
アドバンス召喚しますでバトル
よバトル
待って攻撃こいつを攻撃ドン
僕は
はい
やばいぞメンザブロ
攻撃だ
メンザブロ
やばいまずやばいよ
メンザブロなんかあるんだろうな。なんかあるんだろうな。
メンザブロ殴っちゃうよ
なんかあるか。
起死回生の一手
終わりにしようか
終わりにしよう
モン
か
スターで攻撃
イエーイメンザブロ
見事なデュエルでござった。
やった
本当に全部ラーメンにかけてる
ラッシュデュエルは僕が作ったんだから
もうラーメンのことしか喋らないで
僕が作った
僕に
ね
勝てないのはしょうがない
美味しいから
All right,
The
so
game is really good.
Yeah.
I really like that.
yeah, it's pretty good. By the way, they know. I think for every other world they had like the voice actors come on, and just instead this time they decided to have like two VTubers from Nisanji come on.
Again, I think Konami they have a thing with sevens and their publicity.
All right, so now we'll see. So we saw just like a regular level 1 NPC. Now we're gonna see a level 10 NPC, and they're gonna switch to Luke.
Okay, now I see some dragons.
Oh, hold on. All right, so here we go. Here is the XP screen, and you can see there is a new there's a rush skill icon.
Okay, immediately the thing that comes to my mind is does this mean that the differentiation is going to have other speed duel characters have rush duel skills?
That is a good question, but let's take a look at the other things that we see. So first of all, we see that this card. Do you know what? Do you recognize this card?
I'm trying to look through it. I don't remember it.
That is Road Magic Explosion. So Road Magic Explosion is free.
Okay, that is actually a bit insane.
Yeah, and remember, there's a skill for it. We'll talk about it. But yeah, they made a skill specifically for Road Magic Explosion, and we don't have to dig through a box for it. We don't have to wait for it. It is one of Yuga's level up cards.
It makes me wonder if like is roll magic flowback gonna be a thing as well?
Well, that's a great question. Here's the other card. So the other card is, I think it's called Excel Magician. It's level 6, and it has an effect where you can send the top card of your deck to the graveyard to make it one of your spellcasters gain a level and 200 attack points till the end of the turn. So it turns itself to level 7 so that you can use it with rogue magic spells.
That is actually kind of insane.
Yeah, and then you have the skill that makes Ansler level 7. So we're gonna have Dark Magician, Excel Magician, Ansler, and Seven's Road as 7 different spellcasters that you can use Road Magic with. And we get Road Magic Explosion for free.
Yeah. Holy shit.
Now the big question is the burn damage going to change? Because if the burn damage doesn't change, and they push Road Magic Explosion with full burn damage against 6,000 life points...
That's the other thing, because... Okay. Because with speed duels, it's very easy. You cut back the life points in half, so every burn damage you cut it in half. Makes sense. But you basically just remove 2,000 life points. So what would you have? Like
you can make it 75%.
So for example, instead of 400, make it 300 damage.
Yeah.
It will still be a lot of damage, though.
It would, but it would be it's a lot of damage in the real game too. 2,800 damage is a lot of damage to 8,000 life points. We don't have any other burn cards that deal 2,800 damage.
Just this is really interesting. They could, I hope they don't, but they could, for example, Because the thing, Rush really disincentivizes burn, stall, and control strategies. They
Yep.
want it to be aggressive
Mhm.
really quickly, really fast.
Yeah.
So they could. It will be a little bit of a dick move, in my opinion, but they could just cut it to half, like all the other burn cards and duel links. Just like, don't play burn that, guys.
But
And
then
I
why
think it'll
would
be
they
a
give
little
us
bit.
the skill for it?
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I hope they're not doing this. I hope it's just 75, or if they keep it as is.
If they
'Cause-
keep it at full, okay. If they keep it at full, they should just given us 8,000 life points. I don't know why they're giving us 6,000 life points. Doesn't make any sense.
Because like 2400, and the thing that people need to remember, if they give us 3 copies of Road Magic Explosion, which is a possibility because the first one is level 7,
Hmm.
then you could win the game by playing it 3 times in one turn, potentially.
That would require you to have 6 cards in your hand, though.
That will require that, yes.
But the
Because you
skill
need to.
the skill does allow you to return a fire monster from your graveyard to your hand when you activate it, if you can set Road Magic Explosion.
So like, it is very much possible to create a burn OTK with this if they keep it as is. And even if, like, 1 second. Yeah, even if they gave you 300 damage, 3 copies of this make 5400 damage.
That's not enough to kill people.
Not enough to kill, but you have 7. Imagine if you have 7s rolled on the field, you can just bump that motherfucker in.
So you're only counting 6, by the way. There's a potential for there to be 7 cards on your opponent's field.
7 cards?
Yeah, because they can have a field spell.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. If you have a field spell, but then my math is just yeah, I'm counting 6 as the worst case scenario, because realistically, I don't think you're gonna have 6 cards plus a field spell, unless you really let your opponent do it.
Mhm.
But this is a way to just end the game out of the fucking nowhere.
It's great. I'm so hyped. I cannot believe Road Magic Explosion is a free card. This is such. Konami is. You said it. You said it yourself. In order for people to try Rush Duels, they had to make Rush Duels really cheap and really accessible. They're doing that. This is
Yeah.
probably the best world release we've ever seen.
And we haven't even touched on the other things they're giving us.
Oh man, this I can already tell this stream is gonna take forever. Like this podcast is gonna be way longer than I was hoping. I said 45 minutes.
It's gonna be a bit longer.
We're nerding out.
my
We can't even get past the first game because we're nerding out so much. All right.
Because this is the thing. I think they're handling it the best they can.
Mhm.
Mostly because I don't know if you read the comments on Duel Links meta. Because for people who are not interested in Rush Duels, they saw all of this and instead of like, okay, maybe I'll try it out, the overreaction is like, so no content for speed duels then?
Yeah, no. So there'll be like there'll be something that I bring up later, but there was renewed interest and more positive reactions for my Rush Duel post after the stream than before it.
Because here's the thing, Rush Duels is fucking fun.
Yeah,
It's
even
simple
Beam.
fun.
Beam, one of the most competitive players on our Discord, was like, after he saw Rush Duel, he's like, "Oh yeah, you know what? I might try this out because it's simple, but it's not as simple as I thought it was going to be."
Because here's the thing, especially, it's not as simple as you think it's gonna be, because I think.
Okay, all right, hold on. Game starting.
Immediately, thank God for the level 5 dragon. I was a little bit worried because I wasn't seeing him.
Yep. So yeah, so Fire Guardian is confirmed. It's level 6, 2100 attack points, and then we also have Dragonic Set Uppercutter, and that means that we're also getting Dragonic Slugger. And that is revealed later. So the two of them are in the game, and we'll see them in action later. But
one thing I hadn't checked yet. Okay, click play real quick.
Okay.
because there was a worry I hadn't voiced before. Let me see.
Oh,
when the
hold on.
duel
All right.
starts.
Let me turn this on. Sound on.
Mm-hmm.
強強
And,
い
I didn't actually check the
さ
last
っきは
duel,
ねちょっと
but do you draw an extra card when you start?
Yes, you do.
いい
Okay.
ですね
Because I was worried that I had a moment and forgot about it.
あ先行だ
Forgot to mention
おお
it.
先行
いい
Because it
ね
could make you start with
いい
four
ですよ
cards.
運向いてる
I'm glad it didn't.
すごい長いめっちゃ喋る喋ってる
この勝負
これ特定のキャラだけで発生するセリフとかがねなるほど
かかわらずかけ
そうかもうこの戦いだけのセリフなんだ
I have to say, like, I admire Japanese fans because even if this wasn't the language I understand, people talking over each other like a lot.
いやーありがてえ
Like, how can you get information from this?
Yep.
おーかっこいい
All right, so here he goes. He's gonna draw.
俺のター
Yep, he draws on turn 1.
Okay.
おー強そう何が
あいいドラゴン族主体のデッキ
かっこいいどうしようかなとりあえ
So as you're seeing, there's not a whole lot of spells and traps in these
ず
decks.
出してアドバンス召喚
Which
す
is
べき
to
なん
be expected.
そうだね手札を減らすんだねなるほどね
Even to start with, Rush Duel decks have a lot more monsters than normal Yu-Gi-Oh decks.
Mhm.
So I imagine like the core decks that each character comes through is like 75% vanillas, a couple effect monsters, and some useful spells.
Yeah, probably.
パンパンほう
Get
こ
your
れ
return.
ってこういうことですよねあー天才
あいいですね
Oh, there's a voice line.
うまい
結構ファイヤーダイヤ強いですからね
これ強いのも出た
What?
He has, I think Luke had a voice line for that monster. That's cool.
Yeah, yeah. There was a cut-in animation for it. So yeah.
Yeah.
上級に来ましたね
I mean, he summons it in the anime plenty.
よしよしよしだいぶいいね万全
攻撃
な
的
竜の祈り子
あかなり使ってますよ
手札も1枚になりましてあー
Okay, so I'm gonna talk about this real quick. So I mentioned this in the Mech Lord Fools Rush In, but I hadn't mentioned it to you. Essentially, you know, when you think about the infinite normal summons, it's basically the same thing as the regular game. Because in the regular game, you just have a bunch of monsters that have a conditional special summon effect. And that's the expectation. You're going to play like 8 monsters in one turn. That's normal for Yu-Gi-Oh! Rush just makes that so much simpler. They just say, look, you know, if you need to play a bunch of monsters, we get it. Well, just play them. You don't have to worry about... And the big thing about that is, first of all, Vanilla's become infinitely better because you don't need effects to get monsters on the field. And secondly, it's much more forgiving to new players. I don't know if you saw the whole thing with Rarin and Master Duel. Like there was a YouTuber named Rarin who did mostly Hearthstone content, and he tried to get in. He tried to play Master Duel to show that it was difficult to get into.
And he proved a point.
Yeah, but so one of the biggest problems that Rarin had was that he was playing all of his cards, and he wasn't like really reading them. And so there were situations where he would play a monster in the suboptimal order, and that would punish him so much. Like if he had played the cards correctly, he would have been able to get additional effects, or he would have been able to link off, or he would have been able to fusion summon in a specific way.
Yeah, that's the thing. People often joke that Yu-Gi-Oh is a card game meant for children to be played by lawyers, and it kind of is. Like I love Yu-Gi-Oh, but a counterpoint to it is really hard to get new people to try it out because of all the game mechanics and because all the cards have a lot of lawyer speak attached to them.
And that's why I think that Konami is brilliant here, because they've made just a separate game. So all the people who like the Rules Lawyer game get to keep that. But anyone who doesn't can still enjoy all the cool artwork, all the cool fun moments of Yu-Gi-Oh! From the anime by playing a game where it's just like, it's so clear. you don't need to worry about the order you play your monsters in, and you don't need to worry about which monsters you're sacrificing. You just think, okay, which monster has the lowest attack points? That's the monster I'm going to replace. And then which monster has the most attack points? That's the monster that's going to win the battle. Even um even in like battle phases, if your opponent doesn't have a trap card, because there are no quick effects, as long as the opponent's monster doesn't have a continuous effect or something, then if you have more attack points, you are going to win the battle. There's no hand traps, there's nothing. It's so clear.
Yeah, I have to say one of the things that felt so refreshing about getting into Rush, we've been getting into Rush for a couple months now in preparation for this. Um, is that no matter how strong your enemy's board is,
Mhm.
it is always frail. You can always Yuga says it a lot as one of his catchphrases in the first few episodes, but you can always come back in a Rush Duel. It is a very explosive, very anime-esque card game. Another thing I mentioned in the previous stream is when you watched the GX anime and you tried to play it in real life, you would normally find that during that time period, the game and the show are two different beasts completely. You will a Yu-Gi-Oh game did not look like the anime at all.
That is correct. I tried to play Elemental Heroes, and
Oh no.
I quickly found that trying to use fusion summons on a bunch of vanillas was not optimal. I mean, it was great for beating NPCs in video games, but no, heroes definitely needed a lot of help.
And like the great thing about Rush is that from day one, it is designed to, if you play Rush, it feels like what you watch in the anime. So, and again, you have to think of we're adults playing this, but this is aimed for children, and this is expertly designed to replicate what's happening on screen. So the explosive battles, the comebacks, the like massive plays that put you in an advantage position, and then the back and forth. It's so well designed in Rush. It's so fun. Like just being able to play without worrying about quick effects and hand traps is so liberating.
Yeah, and not only that, but mechanically speaking, this is going to be significantly better for mobile players because you get to just play your turn. Your opponent might
Yes.
activate a trap card or something, but you don't have to worry about waiting for them to respond every single moment. They can't sit on a TTH the whole turn and just keep clicking no. There's a
And
specific reaction, and you don't have like if they don't have a trap or if you destroy the trap, then their turn they might as well be toggled off at that point. And that's going to make a streamlined experience for all of the mobile players. Which honestly, like I don't know how people play Master Duel on their phones. That would
uh,
like I've tried it once and that was so annoying.
it is annoying I tried playing on my phone. For me, Master Duel is a PC game because
Yeah, same.
first off, Master Duel is so small in a phone screen. It doesn't feel well. I am not a fan of any mobile game that has me turning my phone sideways.
Hmm.
I like to just be able to play with one hand, which is what Duel Links allow me to do.
Hmm.
And secondly, this coming from Rush Duels, this is coming from a Floodgate player, right?
Hmm.
Uh, if you're a Control, Floodgate, whatever player, I do recommend you enter Rush with a new mindset, trying out another different things, because slow play is very much punished in Rush Duels. Not punished as in you're gonna lose, punished as in there's always going to be tools to break through.
Yeah,
Um,
and because your opponent, like one of the big problems that control players would have in Rush Duels is that your opponent can always refill their hand.
yes,
And
so you have to
one of
be.
the ideas of control play is that you grind your opponent out of resources. That is basically impossible when they get to
Yes,
refill their hand every single turn, regardless of what they top deck.
like the best floodgate we've seen announced for the game right now is Yami Ruler,
Hmm.
and Yami Ruler is a perfect floodgate for Rush for two simple reasons. It is very much meant to be played in a first turn. Like going second or third or fourth, Yemi Ruler's effect is not as good, because if your opponent already has an established board, because you have to change its battle position. If you don't gear your deck around ending him up on attack position, he's suboptimal to play turn 2 onwards.
To be
The
fair,
second, yeah,
let me interject here. So you are correct, but remember, this is Duel Links. They will probably have a skill that changes Yami Ruler's battle position.
oh yeah, but also like because it activates, because one of the conditions is it has to be activated on the turn it summons and lasts only for a turn. It is a floodgate with an expiry date. So with an expiration date, sorry. So basically, floodgates in Rush Duel work in a way where they are not always permanent, and even if they are, I'll always have clear gaps. So it's not like, again, I play Gravekeepers. It's not like Gravekeepers where I want to lock your graveyard, lock your special summon, and have you do nothing, and anything you do is lost resources forever. That is not how Rush works for Control. Even Control players need to be aggressive and be constantly recycling their control tools. And when they get a turn, because here's how Control works. You lock your opponent for a turn, and then your next turn, you go in for the kill. Or as close to it as you can.
Okay, but sure. But remember, we have Seven's Road Witch, which bypasses the restrictions on Yami Ruler, and there has been a skill leaked that references Lullaby, which also bypasses Yami Ruler.
Yeah.
So
like if,
two of
again,
the four decks might be able to just easily bypass Yami Ruler's Floodgate effect.
And like I said, like Yami Ruler is a strong card, but Floodgates in Rush have clear weaknesses, clear bypasses, clear way to walk around them.
And that makes sense because it's supposed to be a deck, like the game is supposed to be fun for both players, and they maximize that. And so the interactions that you have are they're fun and they're interesting, and it's going to be so much more satisfying to play Rush Duels just because there's no negates. Like I was playing in a tournament yesterday and I got tilted because I got ashed 4 times.
Oh no.
Yeah. In 3 matches I got ashed 4 times, and then I made a misplay. I made a huge misplay that cost me the entire game on the third game, which that was entirely my fault. But it was only because I was frustrated because I had so many of my moves countered by my opponent simply drawing the out. Like when my opponent draws the out, that just feels terrible.
Yes.
So now they're like the out is on their turn, and that's fine to me. I don't care if my opponent's removing my stuff on their turn. That's their, they're not going to kill me usually. So the back and forth is great. I just don't want people to interrupt my turn and make my plays like destroying my monster is one thing. Okay, go ahead and destroy my monster. That's cool. That's battle. That's that's you playing a spell card. That's fun. But negating the effect, preventing the resolution, stopping my interactions, that's so frustrating.
And we have to actually mention as well, it's frustrating for us, like, we are old players at this. Imagine a new player trying to play this game.
Exactly.
And suddenly being told, no, you cannot do that, no, you cannot do that, no, you get negated. It's like, I am not playing this game.
Yeah, imagine
I'm not being allowed to play.
Imagine a player who says, okay, I want to play Elemental Hero Stratos. Like, I'm playing Heroes, I want to play Stratos so I can draw Vision Hero Ferris and play like a cool long combo that I saw on YouTube. And he summons Stratos, and Stratos gets impermed. And then he just realizes, wait, I don't have enough monsters on the field to link summon. I've already used my normal summon. None of the monsters in my hand can special summon themselves. I guess my turn is over. Like,
Yeah.
that's so terrible.
Not only that, I know you play less Master Duel than I do, but it is so common, especially in like Platinum and below, to run into people obviously playing YouTube combos.
Yeah.
Because like they know the one combo that can do, and if you disrupt that once, they immediately scoop.
Yeah, because they don't know how to play the deck otherwise.
Yeah,
And
that is so obvious and such a problem for me.
yeah, and I can understand that, wanting to do a cool extended combo that you saw one of your favorite streamers do. I get that, but I mean, that's the problem with the real game, is that you have to play the deck like Distant Coder. Distant Coder reacted to the Rarin situation. He said Yu-Gi-Oh is a situation where you have to lose 100 games to kind of figure out your own deck so that you can start to win. I'm just like, okay, you could say that, and that could be perfectly true. But who is going to be willing to lose 100 games?
Yeah.
Like yes, that happened to me, that happened to you, but it was because, first of all, we watched the anime for like 8 years. And second of all, because we had a fundamental understanding of the game that comes from way back when the game was simpler. And so
Yes.
And so we're able to recognize our mistakes. If you go up against someone who plays Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss on their first turn, and it's your turn, and you're trying to figure out what your own cards do, and then you play a monster, and Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss negates its effect, you know, and then you look at the card, you're just like, okay, so, you know, my effect was negated. All right, well, I guess I lose. Whereas you and I acknowledge, okay, I should have realized there was an effect on the field that could have negated it, and I can bait that.
Yes.
Like, we understand the concept of things like advantage. We understand the concept of things like baiting. We understand the concept of things like playing through disruption. But those are skills that were developed over years, and they were ramped up. We've played through power creep, so we can use our old skills to adjust to new, more powerful creep, because, and we can tolerate it, because first of all, we've won a ton of games. So, you know, losing 3 games in a row doesn't make me rage quit. But if I was starting a brand new card game, losing 3 games in a row would make me rage quit. Like, I was playtesting Mechlord's Skyguard Arena game, and like I lost a few games in a row. I was just like, okay, well, you know, I'm clearly doing something wrong, but I'm not having enough fun to where I'm going to figure out what I'm going to do, and I just stopped playing for a while. And you know, I understand that that's not going to make me better at that game, but I have to make the choice to invest my time into that. If I'm not having fun initially, then do I want to?
More important to Konami, your time and your money in it.
Yeah, your time and your money. Yeah, and now that's. I mean, obviously, I went back to the game. Obviously, I still like the game, but that's you know, it's not like I spent all of the first day of the playtest getting good at the game and improving my skills like I could have if I was, you know, if I had more accessibility. And nothing against Mechlord's game. It's just an example of a new game that I played recently.
Yeah, if for me, for example, it's even as an old player who knows how the game is, like I just ordered a bunch of cards because I want to keep playing the game, and I recently found enough venue where I can play in real life, which hasn't happened for a while.
Oh man, congratulations on getting that
yeah,
that 25th anniversary Rainbow Dragon.
Yeah, it's still in the works. Like because I just ordered cards, I need to work details on how to get it to me. But I'm so happy about it. For anyone who doesn't know, even though I'm the Gravekeeper Guru, I play a lot of Crystal Beasts on the side as well. To the point, I think I mentioned in another video or another venue where I almost applied to be Crystal Beast Guru. The reason I didn't is that as much as I love the deck, I get super frustrated with it from time to time. Because you are playing 5 bricks at any given point, so...
It's fine, it's fine. You have the Crystal Beast corner and Arcady doesn't know about it, so... you could be both.
Yeah, like for now, I'm feeling the role with the role of both until someone actually picks up that slack. But like, I recently found a way to play in real life, and I'm playing Crystal Beasts, and even playing Crystal Beasts, the optimal way to do it is to end on either Appaloosa or Griffon, which I'm basically just stacking negates on top of negates.
Yeah, hold on. I gotta cut you off, man. We've wasted so much time on this. Let's keep going.
Point is, play Rush.
Yeah, play Rush, because it's gonna be way funner than... It takes us so long to discuss Master Duel. because
Yeah.
it's so complicated. This is not complicated.
確かに
Look at this Ooga Booga thing.
So look at this NPC summoning a 1,000 attack monster, a 900 attack monster.
行くよ何何怖い
Okay, so far the difference between level 1 and level
Yeah, like this is way more powerful than the level 10s in regular duels.
Yeah.
強すぎたかわめっちゃ引いてる
Okay, the animation's so
Okay, all right.
めっちゃ引い
So that's 3 new cards. So we have the Gravity Dragon, which is level 5, 1,500 attack points, and you can discard a card to reduce a monster's attack by 700 until the end of the turn. Then we have Dragonic Pressure, which is discard 3 dragons from your hand, destroy all cards on the field, or all monsters. And then if you destroy at least 1 monster by doing this, you get to revive a level 4 or lower dragon from your graveyard in defense position. And, most importantly, a card that Luke has never played, Winged Dragon Guardian of the Fortress #1.
Yeah.
That's 1,400 attack points and 1,200 defense points. That's really good stats for vanilla.
Yeah, I need to point this out as well, because one of the things I read the Duel Links meta comments. No, not even the Duel Links meta. It was on Reddit. I had this discussion on Reddit. When someone posted, I think it was you or someone else, posted the SRs and all the confirmed cards and the rarities.
That was not me, but yes.
Someone commented, "Oh, Celtic Guardian is an SR, bruh," and I just had to slide in. So, level 4 monsters cap at 1,500 for a while now. Like, it is a big deal in the future when a level 4 can go past 1,600 naturally. So a level 4 with 1,400 is gonna be played. This is a strong card.
Yeah, but to be fair, Dark Sorcerer is a rare.
Yes. I think it's as necessary because it's an old card, and also
I do think that there are going to be fewer warriors than there are spellcasters, so the warrior tag is going to be a little bit more valuable because Gavin needs warriors. But the question is how many warriors do you need for Gavin's deck? We'll have to see, but I mean, it doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't. This is a box that you're gonna have to go in. Like, it's the first world box. You're gonna have to go through it 3 times. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Like, it's gonna be a little bit expensive to get fully into this mode. Deal with it.
We don't know how expensive. Because if it is a case of 4,000 gems, that would be fantastic.
I mean, so people are already talking about just like making an alt account just for Rush, and there, if you can access the world at level 1, then yeah, just make an alt account and just use all of the gems that you can get from all of the other worlds to pay for Rush Duel boxes. Like, what's the problem with that?
いないですね。まだドラギアス来てないですね。
あーまだ来てないこれも
Yeah, he doesn't just clear his own board. Oh, hold on. This is Yuga's theme, because we're dueling against Yuga, so let's listen to his theme for a second.
これでこうですより強いモンスターをやっぱり
出してね
したいから
いいですね。
いいねいいね
手札も減らしたいしで
It's so peppy, so energetic.
I love it.
Yeah, it fits him very well.
これで一旦
I don't think that they had like character-specific themes in the Switch game, did they?
No, not that I remember.
いいですねドラゴンかっこいいな
This is our first time hearing Yuga's theme, so it's pretty good.
強い
まだまだ
よーしこれで
まだまだ
あーいいねいいねいい
いい
ね
ね3エンドです
俺の店
削りましたね。かなり大きく削りましたね。
よしよしよし
Okay, so this is a minor thing, but we can see that Yuga is now 2,000 life points below Luke, and yet his sprite has not changed to the damaged animation.
Yeah, I think they're probably gonna keep it to either 3,000. I have to see it. Yeah, I haven't checked on the previous duel.
Yeah, I'm wondering if it's not like the difference in your life points, but that it's like if your life points are below half of what they started with. We'll have to see.
いやでもここからね形勢逆転されてしまう可能性がそうだよ相手5枚引いてる
Alright, the level 10 NPC has the UR Curry bot.
And, oh, multiple copies.
Yep.
Great.
クリボットいっぱい出てきたあカードを伏せてあーなるほ
Okay,
どね
now we're gonna have
いい
to
ん
watch
です
that
か
sprite.
ちょっとドラギア
I mean, there's
ス
no
出
need
ない
to
な
summon
No, but I mean, it would be boring if you just passed.
5枚ですけど相手がやっぱね
Don't
こういう
activate.
ないと減らせないですからねそうだね
I mean, he could. It's only going a little overboard. I mean, he could win if he activates that.
He could not win, yeah.
手札減らしたりも
Because he would discard 3 cards.
Oh yeah, he did just. Yeah, no, he did not.
入れ替え
Why? Okay.
みたいな形で
あー確かに
とにかくカードを減らすようにやっていけばいいです。
Yeah, they just got a guy clicking
思
buttons.
うので
Yeah, basically.
手札を1枚捨てると相手の攻撃を下げれるよっていう効果があるので手札
And again,
I don't know for sure. I think that the VTubers are like telling them what to do.
これで
じゃあ
that could be as well.
あらゼロになっちゃったあらまあ
バトル
行くぜ
Alright, okay.
いいのか
Alright.
本当に
Okay, so now we can hear the Rush You're in Danger theme. So I'm gonna once again raise the volume here.
まあ
バトル
行くぜいいのか本当にいいのかその伏せてるカードなんだ
まず1200ダメージおーかなり減らしてるぞ
Alright, he is now at 2500 and his sprite is still not damaged. That's
Either
weird.
you guys really happy to be getting a beating, or
I mean that lines up with his character.
かーい
決まるんじゃないかこれこれはドラゴンライトじゃないと決まっちゃいそうな
おー
1500
now we get a
Okay, so at 1000 life points, now Yuga thinks there might be a problem. Okay, fair enough. He always expects there's gonna be a comeback.
I mean, it is in character, but
That's a little weird for Duel Links.
ナイスさいいのか
これで俺の勝利は確定した
確定しちゃった確定した
で攻撃だ
攻撃だ
Alright, that sprite looks amazing.
yes, admittedly, I'm thinking about the damage spread as well. It could be a thing of they haven't changed it in this build. They haven't changed it yet to match Rush life points. It may still be using like.
I mean, this looks like a finished product to me. It's only a few days until they launch this. This is probably like just the server they're gonna patch out.
Yeah.
Um,
They're gonna be. They're probably like a few patches away, or it's ready and they're just waiting for the hype to build up a little bit more.
well, I mean, they have an established release date. It's the 28th.
Yeah.
Okay, so the music was great. Like, I really like all of the BGMs I've heard in this stream.
Mm-hmm.
Luke, we didn't get to see Luke's any of Luke's animations here, but it was fine. Like the cards are all fine. We have plenty of high attack dragons here, which is what we want.
Yes.
So, and we did get to see Dragonic Pressure, so that's like the first. I think that's the first spell card we've seen. So that's really good.
Yeah, the first spell because Yuga had a trap.
やっぱりルー
in his
クの
deck.
道路は
He had a. Oh yeah, he did have a trap. That's right. Yeah. And then I think that Dragonic Pressure will probably be a level up reward for Luke because it's a really specific card.
Yes.
Discarding 3 dragons is like something you're only gonna do if you're playing dragons. So I don't know that card would be in a box. It seems like even if like how many dragons are even gonna be in the box? Like probably if there's a quarter of the dragons in the box, are you really gonna get that many dragons to discard? Probably not. So I feel like that is probably going to be one of either a drop for Luke or one of his level rewards.
Yeah, that makes more sense, to be honest.
ね
Also, I need to point out, look at Yuga's losing
そうだ
sprite.
優雅
Yeah. Well, he's okay. So there's Luke's summoning animation, which that is perfect. It's so JoJo.
It is. Luke, for anyone who hasn't watched the show, Luke is the biggest fucking edgelord that ever edgelord everywhere, and we love him for it.
Mhm.
Everyone loves him for it.
He has Yugi's he has hair shaped like Yugi's, and his he's wearing a leather collar just like Yugi does. So he's like very and he becomes the king of duels. He's basically the Yugi XP.
And not only that, the main thing about him, which makes him such a lovable, funny character, is that whenever he goes on a rant, he takes the game seriously, in a way that old Yu-Gi-Oh characters take the duel seriously.
Mhm.
But he's the only one doing that. So whenever he goes like on a rant, everyone just ignores him and go about this.
Yep.
いただきましたけども、実際にラッシュデュエルしてみて。
いや
Oh, also, fun fact, since we're talking about Luke and how seriously he takes the game, Luke is one of the only characters in any anime to ever be shown playing Yu-Gi-Oh at a table.
I think the last time we saw that was Yugi versus Joey episode 1.
Was it? No, because Mai and Rex are playing at a table on the boat, and then Mai throws Rex out of his room.
Oh yeah, that as well.
But yeah, no. So Luke starts his own club, and then no one joins, so he has to play against himself. And since you can't put on two duelists, he plays at a table.
Oh, that is such a.
やっぱ手札が
I
5
don't
枚
not
に
to
なる
come
よう
across
に
as
ド
sad,
ロー
but
で
that
き
is
るから
such
本当
a
に
me
いろんな
10-year
ことを
old
考えながらやりくりで
thing
きる
to
の
do,
で
like
す
test
ごい
out decks
楽
by
しいな
having
と
them
思った
face
し
each
や
other,
り
just
や
scooping
や
over
すい
from
な
one
って
side of
思
the
い
table
まし
to
た
the other.
He was playing his own deck against his own deck, so he had two copies of his own deck, and then it becomes like
マスターデールから入ったので結構やっぱ
his doubt becomes an illusion. You haven't played the Switch game all the way through, have you?
No, I haven't yet.
Okay, so the reason why the reason how Luke gets the card Illusion Strike Dragon Miragius is he literally has to duel an illusionary version of himself, which is like his own fear and doubt of like people not liking him because no one wants to join his club. And it's like it's like the most deep character development that Rush Duels gets, but it's at the same time it's implemented in such a kiddish way, like, oh no one likes you because you're being a dick this whole time to them.
And to be honest, Luke has this type of personality where it does come across a little bit too much, and people who don't give him a chance might just brush him off.
Oh no, it's really bad in that episode. He is legitimately like trying to force people to quit their own clubs to come join his club.
Oh, he's being a little brat.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
最初難しいなって思ったんですよ。
All right, let's see.
遊戯王自体が初めてだったんで
Okay, here we go. Now we have one duel left. This is actual PvP.
Okay.
よろしくお願いします。
はい
よろしくお願いします。うわ、
Oh,
怖い。
The two legends.
yes. So Summon Skull has been confirmed.
It's confirmed to have the sprite in the game. I don't know if it's gonna be available immediately.
That is a really powerful card.
That is a really powerful.
2,500 attack points.
With one tribute, like that is going to be. Summon Skull is a fiend, right?
Yes.
The only reason not to play Summon Skull is because you want to focus on one type.
Well, there are skills that restrict types. Skills that restrict your deck to certain types.
Yeah, that is the main reason why you wouldn't play Summon Skull. But otherwise,
But it will be a
It's gonna
huge buff to fiend decks like Royal Rebels.
yes.
ちょっとエースモンスター出したいね。エースモンスター出したいですね。
Or even
All right.
if you go-
Okay, now let's not judge either of these people for their terrible plays, because otherwise we'll be here all day.
I'm gonna train myself. If you hear me groan, just keep going. Don't stop.
All right.
まずいまずい。
Okay, Luke is the opponent this time, so we're gonna hear Luke's theme. So I'm gonna put it down a little bit.
そう
全く
ね。
ルークとラッシュデュエルが
闇
できるんだ
山神出さないでくださいよ。
僕は全力
Oh, okay. So we have Thunder Kid
Yeah.
and we have
Thunder
Torna
Kid.
the Windweaver. So I'm gonna take a lap here. I called it. I called that Torna was gonna be in the game. I called that Pierce was gonna be in the game. I called that Yami Ruler and I called that Lullaby was gonna be in the game actually. So I missed a few things. I said that Max Raider was probably going to be an SR. It is a UR, like you said, and I also missed that Seven's Road Witch is coming right now. I don't think I said that Seven's Road Witch. Did I? Did I put Seven's Road Witch in that prediction?
I think you actually did.
Oh well, okay. Then I'm even better at this than I thought I was. Yeah, no, I missed that Currybot was going to be a UR. I don't think that Currybot warrants a UR, to be honest, but I can understand the idea. So yeah, I called. I am just going to go ahead and say that Torna is probably the most important card in the Spellcaster deck, and it's fantastic that we're getting it. For those who don't know, Torna the Windweaver is a level 6 with 1600 attack points, and its effects reads, you can discard a card to change a monster's battle position. And that is very important because Multi-Strike Dragon Dragius has 1500 defense points. So Torna by itself will take a Multi-Strike Dragon Dragius off the field.
Yes, you don't need any sort of bigger monster. And again, not only that, it also, remember, piercing is really strong in this game. So if your opponent has defense position monsters on the field, put them to attack through them. Like Torna is really good, really versatile this early in the game.
闇ユキシの相棒闇神許さないでください
お前を倒し
闇神思想
最初からアクセル全開もうスピードでロードを
どう出してくるのかドローいいよ
先行の山上さんですね
そうですねまあ一旦
準備は整った
That's a really heavy guitar. This fits Luke pretty well. It is edgelord from the start.
準備は新しいモンスターを召喚イカズチのサンダーを召喚はいそしてファイヤーゴーレムも召喚
なるほどなるほど
おー強いねそしてダークソーサラーも召喚
いいですねテンポがいい
強いですねそしてその上にアドバンス召喚で
セブンスロードを関する魔法使いの妹弟子我らを導けセブンスロードウィッチを召喚
Okay, and this is the first part of this stream where I got really disappointed. So they have an animation for Seven's Road Witch just sitting in the Switch game, and they didn't add it. And not even that. Like, I can understand them being like, okay, we're going to follow the dual link strategy of each character gets one summon animation. Fine. But this is Seven's Road Witch. He should be full body for that screen, for that cut-in animation.
Yeah.
Like, that is ridiculous. For them to say that Seven's Road Witch is as important to him as Answer the Magical Swordsman is insulting.
はいよかわいいでなんともう一体いけるんですかアドバンス召喚をします
さらに全部使い切った
よしこれで手札はゼロ使い切りましたわあこのスキルっていうのは何だろうな
スキルはこのデュエルリンクスのちょっと特徴的なもので
まだこれからだよ
カードとは別に効果を使うことができるものが一つついてるという形ですね使いどころが違う
なるほど
Oh, I will go ahead and point out, by the way, this is not unsurprising, but the extra deck is empty for both players.
Yeah, we're probably not gonna get fusions for at least a couple more boxes.
Yep, but it is very clear. You can also see, for those of you who are paying attention, there's no extra monster zone, and there is no banish zone. So you cannot banish cards in Rush Duels. There is no extra monster zone, so it's a little bit different than Speed Duels. And we will probably not get... The only extra deck monsters that we have right now are fusion monsters. It is still, for some reason, not called the fusion deck, even though it was called the fusion deck at the start of the original.
Yeah, I think they just kept it extra in case they decide to add more mechanics in the
I
future.
really hope they don't.
Yeah, I really hope they keep it to just fusions, because uh
I do like how they messed with rituals. Like they they made that fake ritual spell where you basically just tribute summon, but you get a little bonus. That's cute because
yeah,
that makes the ritual monster like the Blackluster Soul Jersey is just a vanilla. So if you don't draw the ritual spell, you could still just tribute summon it. That is what they should have done with rituals. That's
yes.
such a great take on rituals. Like you can just tribute summon the monster normally, but if you happen to draw the ritual spell and the ritual monster, now you get a benefit. That's what they should have done. That's so good. I want them to rework all of rituals because they did it right with one ritual monster
Yes.
in Rush Duels. That's amazing. They should just go back. They should reprint every single ritual monster. Just say, look, you could just special summon this by tributing the required number of monsters. But if you happen to draw the ritual spell, you get a benefit. That would be amazing.
Like, the only one, for example, the only way I could like see this not becoming a reality is with cards, for example, like Relinquished.
Mhm.
But that card specifically can have a clause like cannot be normal summon, and that's it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, no, I was saying you still can't normal summon it, but you can like you special summon it by tributing the required number. Basically, attach the ritual aspect
Oh, okay.
to the
To the
monster,
monster.
and then the ritual spell gives you an additional effect, like how Heavy Interlock for Borreload Riot Dragon says that the monster can't be attacked. I think.
Yeah.
I don't remember exactly what Heavy Interlock says, but there's some like ridiculous protection from extra deck monsters that Heavy Interlock has to line it up with quick Rapid Trigger. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Like imagine if like how Relinquish Fusion is a great example. Black Illusion Ritual just says you can ritual summon Relinquished, and when it's resolved, you get to attach a monster to Relinquished as if it was attached by its own effect, and then you can use Relinquished's effect on top of that. That would be what Black Illusion. That would be good. I would play Relinquished if it was like that.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to everyone in the audience. Ritual monsters are just the worst part of Yu-Gi-Oh, and it's so frustrating how they made them so much better in Rush Duels, and we're just never gonna get that in Duel Links, in the regular Duel.
I think we're just attached to the blue card flames at this point.
Yeah.
さあ球を入りました我々のね
はいはいはい
目線からは雪代さん
Okay, Draco the Tiny. We kind of knew that Draco the Tiny was coming because of the skill, but now we have it confirmed. Draco the Tiny is going to be in the game, and of course we have a skill that says you can target a monster that has 0 attack and 1400 defense points and change its stats to 1200, 800 for the rest of the duel.
Yes.
And there's no restrictions on that, so you can run 3 Draco the Tinies and 3 Strange Cats and just play that for some reason.
さんの手札は見れないですけどそうですね、
そうですよ。
そうかそうか
いでよお重力の
ではアドバンス召喚させていただきたいと思います
プレスドラゴン
さっきもちょっと活躍してたグラビティプレス、
はい
あ来た
強いですよ。
All right, yeah. This theme is what the kids would call a bop. I'm gonna go ahead and pull the volume down a bit.
1500
ドラゴライト
はいはいはい、こちらもさっき出させていただいた
いいねいいねいいねみんな攻撃力高いね
そうなんだよね。
ドラゴンズアップセッター
これを超えれるかどうか
ってことはアドバンス召喚するのか
Okay, so now we have the other dragon card.
できる
グラビティプレスドラゴンの
効果発動。
あそっか700下げるんだ
はい。
All right. Okay, so he discarded Triad Drago, which is another card that we were not expecting to come. So that is if your opponent controls a level 7 or higher monster, and you have 2 monsters that are not level 3, so it's level 3. So you have to basically have 3 face-up monsters. You get to draw a card.
Which is good.
Yeah, it's
Decent.
a pretty decent effect. Now, of course, the like you might have thought that it was kind of dumb to use up your whole hand to start with because you had so many good cards that had reactive effects. And now Seven's Road Witch and Torn of the Windweaver are not like you can't like they're not protected. Like you said, the board is frail. But now, because his stats are so bad, he can only destroy one of them, and he's basically not going to be able to clear anything else.
Yeah.
いいこと使うな。
And again,
どれにしよ
you
う
want
か
to
な
empty your hand because now the Yuga player can draw 5 cards to just go ham on his turn.
That is correct. All right, so let's see which card. All right. I'm not gonna play it yet. Go ahead and predict. If you were playing this game, which one would you target? Would you target Seven's Red Witch, or would you target Torna the Windweaver to reduce its attack points?
I will go. Let me check again. Which, but I think Torn
Which-
is the one to go.
Which is discard a card from your hand, special summon a level 7 spellcaster, level 7 dark spellcaster from your hand, and if it is Seven's Road Magician, she gains 400 attack points.
It's a tough call, to be honest. Let me see. Having the field that I have, yeah, I think Witch would be the way to go.
Which is the way to go? Okay. Alright, so he targets Witch. I disagree. I think that Torna is the clearer target because Torna allows you to... Torna turning Gravity Press to defense mode would allow you to go over the Dragonite with Torna and then go over the Gravity Press with Dark Sorcerer. I also, by the way, do not think this guy had any reason to put Set Upper in attack position.
No, he didn't. The only reason I said Witch is because I was thinking of the worst case scenario.
Actually, wait. Now that I think about this, he should have played the He should have played the Triad Drago and drawn a card, and then used this card as discard fodder.
Yeah, he did.
Oh man.
I
I said we weren't gonna get into the misplays, but I can't even.
Yeah,
I can't even resist it myself.
I think it's a problem of because it happened again. It happened before with Mystic Dealer. I think they're just not using those effects for some reason.
I don't understand it. All right.
下げさせていただきたいと思います
So to the audience, this game could be a lot more interesting if they were using their cards right.
Yeah.
これで
ですが攻撃力下げられちゃいましたね。
はい
やらしい戦い方だ。
バトルさせていただきたいと思いますよそうやって攻撃だ
Is it-
まあ100しか入らないもんねまあ減らすことが大事ですからねはいはいはい
Oh,
But why with that
that
one?
hurts so much. I forgot he did that. I yelled at the screen when I saw that last night.
Why are you crushing? Why are you crushing that one? Use the vanilla.
So okay, so he's giving up his high level monster. He's giving up his effect, and he also missed 500 damage by crushing with the low attack monster.
I don't get it.
相打ちも取っていく。
プレスドラゴン
I mean, I don't want to judge you, but I'm judging you right
を
now.
開けたいもんね
Luke
そうです
would be
ね4600打
ashamed.
ってもいやそこまでね無知じゃないんで
All right, that was a good turn for the King of Duels. Draw 5. Okay, look at this draw 5 animation.
Oh my god.
It is so clear. Even on mobile, you would be able to clearly see all 5 of your cards.
Yes.
This is fantastic. I admit I never considered before. I never considered what the draw 5 animation like that there would need to be one. I was just like, okay, sure, of course. Like in Master Duel, I just add 2 cards to my hand, right? No. Like it is very important for you to like get a full close up of the card that you draw. And I take that for granted in Duel Links, but it's so important. And so like getting like all 5 of these cards, not only it's not just one at a time. It could be one at a time. And if it was one at a time, that would be slow. And it wouldn't have this image right here. I can see all the cards in my hand, and when I see them together, now I can start piercing, like I can start making a strategy.
Yeah. The moment you see them.
Yeah, so like I feel like this is so much better than drawing them one at a time.
No, the team that worked on this deserves a medal and a raise and a rest because
Yep.
this is good. This is really good.
It also feels like the Rush. Like we saw the animation. We saw in the animation, Yuga literally just drew all 5 cards at once. So it not only is it efficient, not only does it like it looks great, it gives you benefit as a player, but it's also in line with what they do in the anime. They don't draw one card at a time like how they do with Pot of Greed. He literally just grabs a card of 5. It's so good.
じゃないかっていう説も。その説は。
All right, so that is a hand.
That is a hand. Sadly, a couple of cards are wasted because there's no defense position monsters.
It's alright. He has Ansler.
そうですね
You know what would be great to deal with Ansler? Gravity Press Dragon.
で、アドバンス召喚をして、魔剣士アンサラーをアドバンス召喚。おー。
Yeah, that makes sense. Just tribute
いっぱいで
everything.
すね。強っ。そしてソニシン強くないですか。そして
This is a well played too.
タイトルでも強すぎ召喚。はいはいはいはい。で
Don't
これ
use
は
the
セット
effects.
カードをセッ
Okay,
ト。
good.
おお全部なくなりましたね。バトルをしたいと
I
思
don't
い
know
ま
what his
す。
skill is.
1600で。
I guess he can use it on any level 6 spellcaster, not just 7 Sword Witch.
もうね攻撃それ1600ね。
Level 6 with 1600 attack. So,
Oh, fair enough. So it applies to Torn of the Windweaver too. That's funny.
yeah, that is funny actually.
It doesn't apply to Hydro Magician though. It's exactly 7 Sword Witch and Torn of the You know what? That's fair. Those are the only ones we really care about.
Yeah.
Alright, he draws 5.
Let's see if that player can make a turn.
はいはいはいはいちょっと
Not gonna lie, I was rooting for him to just Draconic Pressure.
言ってもらってもいいか。お
That would be so
That would be
funny.
so, that would be so funny.
But he doesn't do it.
ツインエッジドラゴン
はいはいはいはい
Alright, Twin Edge.
ツインエッジを出します。
Respectable.
からの何アドバンス召
Do we
喚
have a tribute?
Here it goes.
Yes. Draggy yes.
Okay, hold on.
Come on
Hold on.
out.
Alright, alright, so we got an animation and we got a summon chant. So quiet as much as we can. I'm turning it full.
いやーアタックゼロだよかわいい
ゼロですがツインエッジドラゴン
はいはいはいはいでツインエッジを出しますからの何アドバンス召喚ついに
7つの超新星がガンマ戦と
来た
やめろと言われてももう遅い
あ2回言ってる
やめろと言われてももう遅い
もう遅い
2回言ったのは意味があるすごいさあ出てこい
おわーかっこいいうわーすごい
エフェクトが入ったこんな
めっちゃかっこいい
キャラクターに紐づいてレースモンスターを召喚するとこういった特殊なムービーが流れますね
Oh my god, that's so good!
They have the chant and everything.
Yep. So the Japanese chant is it's too late to tell me to stop. It's too late to tell me to stop. There's a reason I said it twice. Now appear Rush Dragon Dragears.
It's such a look chant. I love it.
I know, it's so great. All right. So that was basically the same as the Switch game, except that it goes into the pose of the card, where its head is tilted to the left. Amazing. We can clearly see the level star at the bottom. So we get the level star, which is nice. Yeah, that was great. The full chant and getting the full chant for a tribute summon is really important. I don't think we've had that yet. So
No, we have not.
So this is just you know, it's everything that we were expecting, but it's nice to see that Konami didn't fuck it up.
Yes. Okay, now I have to say, I don't know if he's gonna do that, but that Luke should really get rid of the two.
Torn in the Windweavers, yes.
Yeah, he needs to get rid of the torn.
2500を
やばい
電撃流ドラギアスの効果発動
マジかよしよし
ギアスチャージ
Alright, so there is a clear effect name for Rush Dragon Dragears. And he is going to go to battle with 2 cards in his hand.
And I immediately misplay.
And he's going to attack Ansler.
よしこれで2000は
これは痛い痛い
でもう一度いけるんですね
もう一回攻撃ができる
熱殺波動
やだー
This is what we call a Yu-Gi-Oh move of not reading your opponent's cards.
That is correct.
いや強いね
俺の見せ場はこれからだぜ
結構このドラギアスっていうモンスターはもうラッシュデュエル発売
Two Sevens Road Magicians.
最強じゃないかみたいに言われてる本当に強いモンスターなんですよ。最強が召喚されたこれを
I
超
think
える
this
こと
game
ができ
over
るの
right
か。
here. He doesn't even need a thorn.
じゃあファイヤーゴーレムとドリアードも召喚させていただいて、じゃあヤバも出しちゃおうかな。なんだっていけ。
手を阻む壁も
Does he have wind?
Oh wait, hold on. Hold on. I'm sorry. I forgot that there was going to be an animation here. All right, I'm turning back up.
ドリアードも召喚させていただいて、じゃあヤバも出しちゃおうかな。なんだっていけ。
手を阻む壁も山も
かっこいい工場が
ロードを切り開いて突き進む。行くぞセブンスロード
出た。
かっこいい。うおーいけ。
龍河君もエースモンスター召喚していきますね。
That's. I mean, it's okay. The animation is good, but I don't get to watch him break through a wall or a mountain or a.
It could be better. It could be better, but
I was wondering the whole time. I was like, the whole time I was just like, are they gonna put the whole animation where Yuga literally crashes through things? But no.
You'll be so at least have the Seventh Road crash through a couple of things.
Yeah, they put it in the animation start like the trailer, but no.
Yeah,
it's sad. Okay. All right. So now we have.
かっこいい。すげえ。
All right, we have Torn of the Windweaver and we have Seven's Road Magician. So what is the optimal play here, Khrome?
I think at this point, you don't need to turn Dragias into defense position. You can just use Seven's Road's effect, attack over the Dragias, and then attack directly with Torn.
Okay.
He's gonna use Torn.
いや、効果発動。なんだって。
Oh, actually, he has piercing set. This is no, that doesn't set. We're gonna have piercing. Yeah.
強すぎるだろ。それではバトルさせていただきます。バトル。いや、マジで強すぎる。いけー。
いや、ドラギアス。ただのかすり傷だって。
So the player thought the same thing that you did, and no, that is incorrect.
Does he have piercing down there?
He does have pierce, but that doesn't matter. Seven's Road has enough attack points to overcome all of Luke's life points. If he had switched it to defense mode, he would have killed him. But because he beat through 2,500 attack points instead of 1,500, then no, he does not kill him.
You're correct. I was just looking at how to do if you needed the effect or not.
Yep.
Also, seems like the damaged thing triggers at 1,000 life points.
It does seem like that, and so okay. So now we have a situation where the player has missed lethal. This would have been the perfect turn to end it too, because we saw both the animations already.
Yeah.
公開するぞ。
2枚伏せてますからね。そうですね。
そうですよ。いや、怖い。
This is Luke's in trouble theme, I guess.
ここからの3枚ドロー。
怖いですね。ドラゴンズセットアッパー。
Alright, now we actually get to see Dragon set up in action. So he gets to revive the other one. So this is the pitcher. He gets to revive the slugger from his graveyard, but then he can't attack with any level 6 or lower monsters for the rest of the turn.
一旦セットさせて。
はいはいはい。
どうしようかな。
どうしようかな。
迷いですね。
選択肢が豊富な手札かもしれませんね。筋あるのかな。
怖い。
悩むということは。
いやー。ドラゴンズセットアッパーの効果発動。これで特殊召喚すること。
召喚した後に墓地から相方を連れてこれるみたいな。なるほどなるほど。原市さんみたいな感じ。相方を連れて。
You're gonna see a second Dragias.
コンビの のねカードになってます。
そしてそしてなんとですね、はい、もう一回いける。
Yes.
嘘。ここからさらに。じゃあまた2体。
やめろと言われてももう遅い。2回言ったのはいい。
いやこれ面白い戦いだな。そうですね。このシーソーゲームが結構出てますね。
熱い。いや
さあ2度目のドラギアス。アドバンス
2度目のドラギアス。ようやく。
It does have a trap
そして
He does have a trap.
ギアスチャージ。
下ギアスチャージ。これで2回攻撃ができると。
Is there gonna be any follow-up or is he just going to attack?
He's just gonna attack.
そうですよね。はいはいはい。2回言っちゃった。
攻めていく。攻めていく攻めていく。
攻めます。
I will check his graveyard before activating because I don't know if you can still beat over.
削らせていただこう。
He cannot. So he activates the trap, which I told you. You lose 100 attack points for every monster that shares a type with yours in the graveyard. He has 11 dragons in his graveyard.
Yeah,
So
that's what I
Dragius
was gonna check.
drops down to 1400.
相手の墓地のドラギアスと同じ種族のモンスターの枚数分攻撃力を下げてしまうので。
Wrecked!
So now it's just going to be direct attack.
Yep.
無残なり。
最後まで
いやー、それはちょっと聞いてないわ。まあ
This guy drawing another Seventh Road and Seventh Road Witch.
Such a mean hand.
フィールドがラッキーで。じゃあ
He doesn't need to do any of this.
Nope. Full BM.
2体目のどっちだいくわ。2体出したの。オーバーキルだよこれは。すごいことになりそう。
イエーイ。
攻撃力。
He's activating.
俺も効果発動でき
This
ま
is
す。
so unnecessary.
2 3900s.
もういいだろ。攻撃ダイレクターだ。もういいだろ。
I love the streamers yelling him to stop. Oh, that is such a cool lose.
Yes, that is such a good Luke animation. It looks fantastic. This is probably my favorite lose animation of the entire game.
I have to say, the sprite work for the Rush world is incredible. It's very detailed, very textured, very in character for everyone. I love that, for example, Yuga's lose sprite is a smile. That is so Yuga. There was a lot of care put into this.
Yes. All right. We've been watching this video for an hour.
And we still haven't talked about all the
No, we haven't. No, this is good. Okay, let's skip ahead a little bit. All right. So here's the campaign. All right. So this is from the 22nd to the 27th. We get 300 gems. This is already in the game. Every day you log in, you get 50 gems. 6 days, 300 gems. And then we're also getting 3 skill tickets and 3 character tickets. And then if you have all the characters unlocked, that's another 150 gems.
And just to make sure, those 3 skill and character tickets, they do not expire forever.
That is correct.
デュエリスト応援キャンペーンが開催中となっています。はい、これパックをゲットすることができるジェム、こちらを300ジェム、そして、キャラをねゲットすることができるチケット、こちらなどをねゲットすることができますので。
No.
Okay.
So first of all, it has the regular dual skill icon, but it also I checked and it says it is for characters and skills that were available on September 21st.
Okay, so no.
Yep, it is for everything before now, just like every other ticket. Okay.
So Dark Magician for both speed and the Rush Duels, which is nice.
And the Rush Duel Dark Magician looks fantastic.
Yes. Like, one thing I have to praise for Rush Duels in general, and the reason I want them to get printed in English so bad, Rush has fantastic card art. Their cards are so collectionable in every sense of the world. They're so beautiful, so well rendered. Like legit, I love Rush Duel cards.
We spent like 20 minutes on
Yeah,
this in our last in our last
yeah.
video.
Let's
Let's
keep
keep
going.
going. All right. Okay. We are getting a structure deck for Lightning Volt Condor.
I did not see that coming.
Yep. So that's why I asked you if you had checked out my post, because my post, I posted this before the stream. I was just like, oh, I saw this skill for Lightning Volt Condor, and the leaks that we got showed that we were getting Darkness Crested Hawk as well. So here's how you use these cards, and here's how you use the skill. I posted like an entire section about that, and it only got like 5 upvotes. And then they did the stream where they show that this is actually going to be a structure deck. It's going to be really easy for you to start with. And then like I shot to like 25 upvotes, and everyone was like, yeah, cool.
Yeah, I think Crow is gonna be happy with this. He has his burp deck.
Yes, and I actually I actually went through the entire post with Crow after the stream last night because he was like, oh, "Okay, cool, this is fine." Also, Magi is happy. He's calling it Rush Raptors.
Yes, no, Magi is fun. Yeah, he's going to be so excited for this.
Yep. All right, we are
Um,
also getting 10 World of Barian packs.
which is nice. I was not expecting them to just give. This is a good Vincent, a good like. Sorry, we didn't have new
Yeah,
Speed Duel.
it's a compromise. That box is very high power.
Yes.
It has 3 very good decks in it with Tunes, BLS, and Tenyi, and then 1 rogue deck with Utopia. Utopia is a deck I've seen some people cog with. It did not do well in the KC Cup, but I did see at least 1 Tune deck top. And then Tenyi and BLS were fantastic. So this is a very high power, like that box really shook the meta up. It was really good, and I have 3 copies of every card in that box, so I'm super salty that I'm getting 10 packs of it. But
I in my place because I don't grind much in Duel Links in general. I'm really happy to just get those 10 packs for free.
yeah, I hope you get Utopia Ray V or something.
Then that's the other thing. 10 packs of the first box of Rush.
Yep. 10
That
packs.
is
Yep. Go ahead.
that is actually really good.
So they did that with Reigns. They gave us 10 packs of Link Revolution when Reigns came out. So I think this is something we should start to expect moving forward. But still, they went above and beyond this time because they gave us 10 packs and they gave us 10 packs from the last box. So yes, it's definitely some good rewards. And then right to the right of that, look at that. That is the new ultra rare pack. So they are introducing a new idea for Rush packs specifically, where you can buy ultra rare packs.
That is a thing that I was a little bit confused by. Because is this a pack that comes only with ultra rares or guarantees an ultra rare? How does this work?
I am sure it's just going to guarantee an ultra rare. There is no way they're going to give us 3 ultra rares and like just any 3 ultra rares in the box. That's ridiculous.
That makes sense. Yeah.
So it's probably just going to be a pack that guarantees an ultra rare, which is good. I mean, we're getting it for free.
Wait, because I'm looking at this. Do we get 1 structure for free as well?
That is a good question. I do not know.
Because it says because it doesn't just say the name of the structure. It says ×1.
It does say ×1. I never saw that before. That is holy shit.
If we get these many free Rush cards plus the level ups.
I mean, you said that you wanted it to be cheap.
Yeah, I'm like impressed by. I want to applaud Konami. Like I did not expect it to be this cheap to get into Rush.
Okay, so if this is like if this is like when they gave us the free structure deck with the odd eyes, the second one can be bought with gems. So we can get 2 Lightning Volt Condors and 2 Darkness Crested Hawks for just 1,000 gems.
That is fantastic.
And we are getting 1,000 gems.
Yeah, so you can get those 2 if you're really interested into playing Condor. You can just have 2 copies for free.
Yep. And then 6 tickets, including 1 UR Dream ticket and 1 SR Dream ticket, and then a character ticket and a skill ticket. So we're getting 4 character tickets and 4 skill tickets total.
Like I said, if they want people to get into Rush, it has to be cheap, and this is as cheap as you can get.
Absolutely. All right.
Like
I am ending the video. We have to move on. Holy, oh my god! My dad just texted me and said, "Hey, are you available?" I'm just like, no, I'm not. But I should be. We started doing this like 2 hours ago.
Okay, if you want, we can finish this up.
No, we're on a great roll. I'm having so much fun.
Oh my god, I'm so happy with how they're handling sevens.
Yeah, this is great. Okay, all right, let's take a look. Okay, so we got the sprites from the cut-in. And it looks like Roman's sprite is not holding her dual guitar. We can't see the full thing, but there would be a strap on either one of her shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
So she is not holding her dual guitar. Also, this does not look like a very good summoning sprite
No.
to me, which is kind of sad.
The boys have really good poses. Roman has the weakest one by far.
Yep. So Gavin's is okay. So first of all, Gavin has his drip. 100%. That was the thing that everyone was the most concerned about. Will Gavin have his Sogetsu style? He does. This actually looks better than the Switch Game sprite, because in the Switch Game sprite he is using the fan, but it's closed, and it's so much more dynamic for it to be open.
You can see his cape flowing in the back, the open fan, his hair flowing with the cape. It's just a really good pose.
Yeah, and it here. Let me pull up the other one to like compare them. I don't know if you saw. I posted like all of the animations in the racetrack so that people could get hyped for Rush Duels. Let me see.
Oh, I didn't actually see it.
Let's see. Okay.
Yeah, I actually have unread messages on my thing as well.
I tribute 2 monsters to tribute summon. When the darkness
It's such a static
all
pose.
that is right and just, this general rises to meet the challenge. Come forth, Yami ruler, the dark delayer.
Okay, so there's a couple of things here. Number one, and this is a little bit of this is like a little nitpick, but it's so important. Gavin is not looking at the camera.
Yeah.
And you could say that he's looking at the field. You could say that he's looking at the other duelist. He's not looking at you. He's not pointing at you, and that does give you more of a shot of his outfit, which is that there is some benefits to that. But he looks so much better when he's pointing directly at you.
And not only that, I think like if that pose had the fan closed, you wouldn't be able to tell it's a fan. So having it open, and again, it's a very minor thing, but having it open in a way, look how the cape flowing in the back, actually the edge of the cape aligns with the edge of the white part of the fan is so well.
We have to. I can't wait to see the full sprite.
Yeah,
like it's gonna look so good.
And that's what makes me so sad looking at Roman, because Roman is just girl.
Yep.
You can see Yuga's protagonistic determination. You can see Luke being an edgelord. You can see Gavin being way into this duel and way too serious about this, drip included, and Roman is just girl.
Yep. We'll see. All right. So,
which I need to clarify for anyone watching. What is disappointing about that is that Roaming is not just girl; she's a full-fledged character.
Yeah, she's a rock star.
Yeah, she deserves better.
Let's see. Okay, all right. So now we have a whole bunch of new cards that have been confirmed. So okay, so Pierce gives one of your monsters Pierce until the end of the turn. Thunder the Thunder. Level 3 Thunder monster with 1300 attack and 300 defense. Discard a card. One face-up monster your opponent controls loses 300 attack until the end of the turn. So this is basically a weaker version of Gravity Press Dragon that does not require tribute.
Yeah, it is decent. The main issue Thunder the Thunder has is mainly it is a Thunder type.
I think this will see play in the Lightning Bolt Condor deck though, because it's light.
Oh yeah.
and its ability lines up with what Lightning Bolt Condor is wanting to do, and there's not that many winged beasts, so I do think this will see play in the Lightning Bolt Condor deck specifically. But no, it's not going to be in like the Dragon or the Spellcaster deck. Which, to be fair, we thought we were getting 4 decks. So for them to give us a 5th deck, that's going to be a really cool meta.
Yeah.
All right. I've not actually. I didn't see this card last night. Rice to Race Secure. Level 4 Water Aqua. Send 1 level 5 or higher monster from your hand to the graveyard. Change non-Aqua type attack position monsters on your opponent's field to face-up defense position up to the number of face-up Aqua monsters on your field. That's like a better version of Torna the Windweaver.
It is, and it's a level 4.
Yeah, but you have to discard a level 5 or higher monster. So that is a. It's not light. If this was light, this would be like one of Mimi's best cards, but it's not. And it's so weird for me to say that an Aqua monster is worse because it's water, but it's just true.
I'm thinking more.
This card looks good. I just don't know where we would put it.
Yeah, the main issue here is it has 2 issues. First, Torn can turn any monster without restriction. This has to be non-Aqua monsters.
That's true.
So if your enemy's playing Aqua, this just becomes a vanilla.
And Torn can also change from defense to attack if you want to.
Yeah.
But I mean, Torna is like a attributed monster, so it's obviously going to be better.
It's very well balanced. I think Torn is still a little bit better just because it's more versatile. All
right. Excel Wonder Supra. So one of the big things that we were wondering about is, the attributes of spellcasters. So this is a 2nd water attribute spellcaster that is not Hydro Magician. This card is significantly better than Hydro Magician. Discard the top card of your deck to the graveyard. Make it. Oh, it increases the level by 2.
Yes, and again, we talked about this before. Increasing the level by 2 makes it so your monster may be immune to certain control tools.
That's so good. And then, Road Magic Explosion. If you have a face-up level 7 or higher spellcaster monster on your field, send 1 fire attribute monster to the graveyard and burn your opponent equal to the number of cards on their field times 400. That's crazy. All right. We have Niwatori, which is a Wing Beast, so that's good for the Wing Beast deck. It's not light, but, there's not going to be enough cards otherwise.
Mystic Dealer is fantastic, and then Volt Condor.
Yep, Lightning Bolt Condor, discard a card and all face-up monsters with the same attribute as the monster discarded lose attack and defense equal to that monster sent by times 300. So if you discard Thunder, all their light monsters lose 900 attack points. Which is really good.
Again, Volt Condor is a really good ace monster at the start of the game.
It is. And now...
It doesn't age as well.
It doesn't age as well. That's fine. I'm glad that they're giving us a chance for it to shine right now.
Yeah.
It's even better. Fire Guardian is so good.
Yeah, Fire Guardian, even if it doesn't mesh well with the deck, I expect Fire Guardian to be a staple.
Fire Guardian is so good, yeah.
Just because it's a 1 tribute 2100 monster.
It's going to beat over basically anything. This can kill Seven's Road.
This can kill Crash of Seven's Road, yes.
That is, and since it's 1 tribute, you can play it under Yami Ruler. And so yeah, there are gonna be some good options for this card. I think this card is gonna see a ton of play in Dragon decks. All right.
I expect it to see even outside of Dragon decks. To be honest,
we'll see.
It can if it's cheap to get, it's a really good tool.
It depends on how let's see. It depends on how impactful the skills are.
Let's see the other thing. Okay, the Saburaman NPC cards are. I've never seen that bear, that teddy bear.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in just a second. I'm texting my head. Okay, so before we talk about the other loot cards, Winged Dragon Guardian Fortress number 1. Like, I did not see this card coming. This is so good. Just like Celtic Guardian, like it has 2 benefits where it's a good vanilla and it's nostalgic. and it feels good to have nostalgic cards shine in the the vanilla format.
Yeah.
Like a card like Trago the Tiny, okay, it's cute. But I don't care about this card like I care about Winged Dragon Guardian of the Fortress #1. If I
was
can
just talking to,
go ahead.
like I was just talking to a friend the other day. My first ever introduction to Yu-Gi-Oh is my dad bought me a Yu-Gi deck,
Mm-hmm.
like the starter deck.
Yeah, me too.
So Guardian of the Fortress is so nostalgic. I love that card so much, mostly because he was blue when I was little.
Yep.
But
Oh, he does match the Dragius color. You're right. I didn't even think about that.
It is so cool to see it. Like again, I've been big in the drum that I'm probably gonna play a lot of Spellcaster. So I may play just Dragon just to play Guardian of the Fortress again.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and Celtic Guardian too. Oh man, it's
So
gonna feel so. Do you think they're gonna give Luke and Gavin lines? Oh, it'd be so cool if Gavin had a line for Celtic Guardian.
It would be. I don't think they will, but that's only because I'm hoping that in future updates they give Speed Duel characters Rush Duel skills.
Okay, they could do that. That's true. You're fair. That's fair.
Because like it's very recent in the game right now. Maybe if it doesn't bode as well in the meta, maybe they can release it earlier in the rush for Duel Links, so you can have an impact. But recently, both Dark Magician and Blue Eyes are getting their full-blown design archetypes around them.
Oh, I meant to show you that. The end of the stream revealed that the Blue Eyes deck that they've been teasing is coming out on the 30th.
Wait, Blue Eyes deck for what exactly?
The Rush Duel like physical card game.
Fuck yeah!
Oh, actually, hold on. Let me pull the stream back up, because they showed the cards and they were so good. Hold on. All right, we're going back to the video. Let me pull that up.
Legit the.
Oh wait. Oh, this is not. Hold on. Where's my? Damn it.
Legit the fucking. The art of this new.
Don't get hyped yet. Don't get hyped yet. It's so much better than you think it's gonna be. Hold on. Let me pull it up. Let's see.
マジシャンはい、そして記念アクセサリーとして
Okay, here we go.
展開中でございます。
All right.
Oh my god.
So the Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon structure deck is coming out on September 30th for 1320 yen.
まして今日ちょっと実物のものをねご紹介させていただければと思います。9月30日
And it has the 25th anniversary icon. To be fair, we deserve it. We deserve a new Blue Eyes deck with full Blue Eyes art for 25th anniversary. Like, good on Konami. All right, hold on. All right, here's the good part. He has the deck.
Oh, that's so cute.
No. It gets better.
アルティメットドラゴンがね、表現のものになってますけども、これ表紙だけじゃございません。実物カードも見せてくださいと言われていますので、ここにご用意させていただきました。持ちますよ。はい。ごめんなさい。キラキラ。
Look at that shit.
Holy, what a rarity is that? That's so cool.
It's its own rare. I think that's the quarter century rarity that you're getting your Rainbow Dragon in.
And I love, okay, they're doing something with Rush that they need to do ASAP with fucking every other format of Yu-Gi-Oh! They put the rarity shiny all the way around the frame as well.
I know, it looks so good. Look at that.
Just the monster doesn't have that foil. And it looks so cool.
I am so sorry that I almost forgot to show this to you. This looks great.
Please print this in English, Konami. I want to give you my money.
I would buy 3 of these if they came in English. Oh man.
I want to give you my money, Konami. Just let me.
All right. Okay, so let's get back to Rush Duels. All right. Okay, so the teddy bear. And magma bear. Level 1 Earth Pyro. By the way, that is a sin. Every pyro monster should be fire, Konami.
Earth Pyro, my god.
If you have no other monsters on the field, place one pyro type monster from your graveyard on the bottom of your deck to add a pyro type normal monster from your graveyard to your hand.
That is
Oh curry
god.
bot for pyros.
Oh my god. Okay, if this is available, like, I don't think we have a pyro deck yet, but pyros are going to Jesus Christ.
That's the Noodle Ninja deck. The Noodle Ninja deck is all pyros.
This is just too good.
It's really good.
It's really good. It just recycles your resources.
Now he has Tang the Noodle Ninja, which the sprite for Tang the Noodle Ninja looked great. I had not seen it in the original game because I never played Noodle Ninjas, so the sprite in the actual duel looked fantastic. And he has Ancient Telescope. Your opponent excavates the top 5 cards of their deck, shows them, and then your opponent places the excavated cards at the top of their deck in the same order.
So pre-science, but in a card.
Yep.
Which is good. You can you basically know your opponent's next turn. To be honest, I don't think Ancient Telescope is that good in Rush. It is information, yes, but it's the immediately next turn. And like we said, you don't have interrupts or stuff like that. So you're wasting a card to see what your opponent is going to do next. And the most you can do is decide whether to set all your monsters to defense or living melee attack.
To be fair, you could brick your opponent. So hear me out. Let's say that your opponent passes their turn with 3 monsters, and they have no cards left in their hand. You play Ancient Telescope. You see their top deck, and you see they have like no tributes. Then if you don't destroy their monsters, they brick.
They have to. Okay, so you just set 3 and wait it out. Okay, I can see that argument. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's see. All right. Summon Skull has been revealed. Yuga Oto skill 7's Road Excel. Skill.
I love that the skills are typed in as requirement effect.
Yeah, that looks pretty good. The skill can only be used in decks where the only monsters with 1400 attack or more are spellcasters. So spellcasters and monsters with less than 1400 attack. Select one face-up monster with 1600 attack that was normal summon this turn. Increase its attack by 800 until the end of the turn. From turn 4 and onwards, you can also return 1 card from your hand to the deck once per duel to draw 7's Road Magician.
Now, I have to ask, let me check how Witch is specifically worded. Which says, okay, special summon 1 level 7 or higher dark attribute spellcaster from your hand, face up on to your field. If you special summon 7's Road Magician with this effect, this card gains 400 attack until the end of this turn.
Yep, so 7's Road Witch would be 2800.
Yes, after all is said and done. Which is really high attack. Like, if you combine both of them, it is a little bit situational. But still.
I don't know. I feel like I feel like this makes it so that 7's Road Witch is less of a brick. Because you can still use her effect if you don't draw 7's Road with her.
Oh, that's actually true. Yeah.
All right, let's see. Okay. All right, so that's everything from the reveal stream. Now let's talk about the stuff that we had learned since our last discussion.
There's a lot of more skills.
There are a lot of new skills. Let's talk about the one that I talked about first. Can be used the turn you have normal summoned a level 8 or higher monster. Select one non-light monster your opponent controls. Its attribute becomes light until the end of this turn. And then if you control Lightning Bolt Condor, you can also add 1 level 4 or lower light wing beast monster from your graveyard to your hand. This skill can be used once per turn if you begin the duel with a deck that contains at least 1 monster and only monsters that are monsters with less than 1400 attack, winged beast, or spellcasters. So that is every every turn that you have Lightning Bolt Condured out and you normal summon a level 8 or higher monster, you get to return a level 4 or lower monster from your graveyard to your hand. So that's a free extra card.
And not to mention, you're making it so Light Condor always has a target and always has materials for this effect.
Not just Lightning Bolt Condor. So Lightning Bolt Condor only cares about like its target having the same attribute. The card that cares about the monster being specifically light is Darkness Crested Hawk, which is level 7, 2100 attack, 2300 defense. If your opponent has a face-up light monster on the field, mill 1, and then one face-up winged beast monster on your field gains 1000 attack points until the end of the turn.
Yeah, so birds are gonna be scary.
Yes.
with this skill. I wonder who they're gonna give this skill to.
Yuga.
Because it's spellcaster, it's Yuga. Yeah.
Well, he also summoned Lightning Bolt Condor.
Oh yeah, that's fair.
So yeah, this is gonna be Yuga's skill. Now the only real problem with this skill, and I checked, there is only one level 8 spellcaster that's ever been printed in Rush, and there are no level 8 winged beasts. So I assume the skill is a mistranslation. I assume that it's actually level 7, not level 8.
Yeah, level 7 makes more sense.
All right.
I hope it's level 7.
It's got to be. There, like with these restrictions, there's no way. All right.
Wait, I can see that if that skill be used like at least 2 times in a duel.
Well, so if you get 2 copies of the structure deck, that gives you 2 copies of Lightning Bolt Condor and 2 copies of Darkness Crested Hawk. That's 4 level 7 wing beasts, and then 7-0. Oh, I forgot to mention, there was another screenshot. Oh, actually, yeah. Let's go back. Hold on. Let's go back. Another thing that we kind of figured out. This is just a hint. Yuga is level 6. And he gets a Rush Duel skill at level 6, which is an indication that he might not get the skill at level 1. So I don't think there's going to be a skill that adds 7-0 Magician to his deck. And since it's a brand new format, I think we're going to go back to the setting where you got 1 copy of 7-0 Magician as like a unlocking the character. Even though it's in the box. Maybe.
I wouldn't mind that, because you're still gonna dig through the box for all the other cards.
Yeah. So we'll
again, you want 3 7s World Magician.
You do. Alright, let's see. So maybe. And if they don't, then it'll be fine. Alright, okay. Now, the next skill that we're gonna talk about is the skill that I was mentioning earlier, which is so good. Select 1 fire monster you control. Increase its level by 1 and its attack by 500 until the end of this turn. If you have a Road Magic Explosion in your hand, you can reveal it and set it to add a fire monster with 800 or less defense from your graveyard to your hand, which includes Fire Guardian. Fire Guardian only has 400 defense. This skill can only be used once per turn if you begin the duel with a deck that contains at least 1 monster and only monsters that are rock or spellcasters. Okay, so you can't play Fire Guardian with it. But this makes Answer level 7. It gives you the card you need to discard for Road Magic Explosion, and then you just play Road Magic Explosion and you bolt your opponent for a ton of damage. And you make Ansler 2,500 attack points. So this is just such a... This skill gives you everything that you need to build like a pure Road Magic Explosion spellcaster deck.
Yes, like it might... Honestly, with my love for Burn, this might be the route I take.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it looks really good. Okay, let's talk about some other skills that we got. Here's a Gavin skill that you might be interested in. Select 1 level 1 or level 6 normal monster with 0 attack points. It gains attack equal to its original defense until the end of this turn. And then if that card is exactly Urashima the Hermit, it gains 800 additional attack points. So Urashima the Hermit has 2,000 defense points. It becomes 2,800 attack points.
Jesus.
This skill can only be used if you begin the duel with a deck that contains at least one monster, and only monsters that have less than 1400 attack or are warrior, winged beast, or fairy monsters. So this is a Gavin skill, and this gives you a lot of reasons to play Urashima the Hermit.
The only weakness per se it has is that it forces you to play only monsters with 1400 less attack. And again, this skill is fantastic, but it is until the end of the turn.
Oh, no. It also lets you play warrior, winged beast, and fairy monsters.
Yeah, but all with 1400 or less attack.
No, it says that are either.
Are either. Okay, then never mind.
Yeah, so you can play you can play this with Yami Ruler the Dark Layer.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, the Hermit is going to be crazy.
So yeah, I mean this can beat Dragius. This can beat this can beat Yami Ruler. You could summon this against a Yami Ruler in defense position and beat over it.
Gavin has the its own way to beat over it.
Yep.
Beat over this type of things. Jesus Christ.
This beats Dion Kito the Boogie Master. This beats everything. So
also for Winged Beast decks, this is fantastic.
Yeah, well, and Gavin uses a lot of Winged Beast monsters. His they're called the Unequaled monsters. And they are basically like they have synergy with warriors. So yeah. And then the other card that he uses a turtle as well. So that's why it says level 1 or level 6. There's a reptile monster that he uses a lot that has, I think, 1400 defense points. Let me see. Yeah, Ancient Turtle Protector. So that will have 1400 attack points. Actually, this is another level 1 monster with 0 attack and 1400 attack defense. So that's 3 monsters. One from Luke, one from Gavin, and one from Yuga that you could play and that change their attack to 1200 and their defense to 800 permanently deck.
Yeah, that too.
That's funny. Okay. All right.
Meta state where it's gonna be. It really is up in the air what the meta is gonna be at this point. It's not as clear cut as it was once, as it was when the Rush Duel game actually started in real life.
All right. Okay. So now let's look at a Roman skill. By paying 300 life points, select one level 5 or higher monster that was normal summon this turn. It gains 400 attack until the end of this turn. Then, if that card is Prima Gitarna the Shining Superstar, you can also add one level 2 Psychic normal monster from your graveyard to your hand.
This is actually fantastic.
Yes, so not only does Prima Gitarna gain 400 attack points before her effect activates, which makes her stronger than Multi-Strike Dragon Dragius, but you also get a monster back to gain the benefit of her effect. One of the problems with Prima Gitarna is if you tribute summon her and then you don't have any other monsters left, her effect is significantly weakened. So this gives you at least one extra target for her field buff. This will probably be the best Roman skill. It is so good.
It is. It is really okay. I love all the love they're giving all of the decks equally. I haven't seen like that's the thing. Like, it's so well designed. It's really hard to say like who's gonna be at the top. If there's going to be a top, I think it's going to be a very healthy meta to start with.
All right, and then I'm going to quickly go over the skill that we keep referencing. Select one monster with 0 attack, 1400 defense to become 1200, 800 for the rest of the duel once per turn. No restrictions.
I still don't know why you would play the skill, but it's so funny.
It's amazing. You just want to beat people to death with Draco the Tiny.
I read this in the same vein as I read the Grandpa skill. If your deck has exactly one Blue Eyes White Dragon, you can make gain 300 attack when you summon it.
It's 500 attack. That's pretty good.
500 attack. Sorry.
All right. Okay. So here we go. With the this is the Noodle Ninja skill that I was telling you earlier. This is why I'm so confused that we don't have Sabu Ramen. Select one Pyro monster with 1300 attack or less, or one level 5 or higher monster that was normal summon this turn, to gain 400 attack points until the end of the turn. This skill can only be used once per turn if you begin a duel with a deck that contains at least 6 Pyro normal monsters with 1300 or less attack, and only monsters that are either fire monsters with 2400 or less attack and 0 defense level 4 or lower monsters, and normal pyro monsters. So this is very clearly for
Noodle Ninja.
the Noodle Ninjas, yes. Now, the skill isn't
Seems
that good. It gives your monster 400 attack points. But I mean, still, like...
And I think Noodle Ninja specifically have a very low attack ceiling, so this is very doable with their deck.
Yeah. But who's going to get the skill? Is the question. Like, where is this going? I don't know who's going to use it. All right.
I think because of their NPC choices are so weird, I think we're gonna have to see them promoted as characters at some point.
Yeah. Okay. Here we go. This is a Dark Magician skill. Can be used to turn you have normal summoned a normal monster with 2100 defense points or a level 6 or 7 legend normal monster. Select one normal monster you control to gain 600 attack until the end of this turn. The skill can only be used...
Dark Magician.
Yes, so literally it's there so that you can beat over Blue Eyes.
Yeah.
Which is perfect. That's all it needs to do. Just let me beat over Blue Eyes.
I think if they wanted to make... because Dark Magician is probably going to be the legend for pure spellcasters for a little bit.
Yep.
If they wanted to build a Dark Magician deck early on, they need to have a way to add Dark Magician to the hand.
Yep. It's gonna be so great when they add Jinzo, and then like everyone's gonna play Jinzo, and Jinzo will once again be just like it was when it first came out in Yu-Gi-Oh.
A beast that everyone plays one-off because it's just that good.
All right. Now we have these are the I talked to you about these skills off screen. There's a skill for every attribute where before your normal draw, if you control no monsters, your opponent controls a level 7 or higher monster, and it's turn 4 or later. One of the cards from your normal draw this turn will be a random level 5 or 6 non-legend monster of a specific attribute. So, this is the Monarch skill. This is going to let you just draw any Monarch that you want. So I don't think these skills are going to be used at all right now, because there aren't that many good level 5 or 6 monsters of specific attributes.
Actually,
but
let me just check something real quick.
Okay.
Okay, because what I'm checking is we have... No, this is level 7. I don't know if it's a Monarch skill, because the Rush Monarchs that are not legends, because this is non-legend, are only light and dark.
I mean, there's a light and there's a dark one.
Yeah, I'm mostly wondering like the other ones.
Maybe we're gonna get more Monarchs.
Could be. For example, I see for spellcasters, this is a great way to try and draw. For example, Torn.
Yeah, that'd be fine, but still, we'll see. Okay. All right. So there's a Luke skill. Can be used if you control an Earth effect monster with 1500 or more attack or 1300 or more defense. Select up to 2 monsters you control with 2300 or less attack to increase their level by 4 and their attack by 500 until the end of the turn.
What?
Yes, 2 monsters gain 4 levels and 500 attack points. This skill can only be used if you begin the duel with a deck that contains at least 1 monster and no monsters other than dragon monsters. So what this is, this guarantees targets for Dragonic Slayer. Dragonic Slayer requires you to have another level 7 dragon.
That is actually okay.
And it can target itself. So, like, if you don't have any other monsters, you target Dragonic Slayer and then another monster. Dragonic Slayer becomes 2800 attack and level 11. And then you buff, like, the Draco... The 1500 attack monster to level 8 with 2000. And then you can use the effect to pop a card on your opponent's side of the field.
This is actually okay. Okay, I need to go back to the drawing board as to what I'm gonna do, and I have 4 days to think about it.
This is such a good Luke skill. This is so good. Dragonic Slayer is probably the best card. Like, legitimately. No cap. Of all the cards we've seen, Dragonic Slayer is the best card. It legitimately lets you destroy a spell or trap on your opponent's field every single turn, and your opponent cannot respond to it. But
It's
all
just
you
a
need is
way
you need a level 7 dragon on the field. And this skill gives you a level 7 dragon every single turn.
legit Dragonic Slayer. It's just, I think, the best removal option we have so far, because we didn't get the spellcaster removal, we didn't get the dragon removal.
That's right.
We have hammer shot, but we still don't know how we're gonna get it. Is it in the box? Was it confirmed to be in the box?
I don't think it was confirmed yet, but we do have it.
So Draconic Slayer might be the best way of removal, and it's so Luke dragon specific that dragon may have an edge there.
Mm-hmm. And then there's also another skill that says if you control no monsters, one of the cards from your normal draw this turn will be a random level 7 Earth Dragon with 2300 attack. So draw sense Dragonic Slayer.
Okay, so I need this to come out now. I want to play Rush so bad.
It's so good.
And
Let's
I'm just
see.
happy that Crow is going to join us now that he knows that he has his burbs.
Crow is going to join us. Gold is going to play with us. It's going to be great. That's all of them. There wasn't really any others, and then I guess we'll go back to the other skills that we've already seen. These are like less refined, so there's probably going to be more like restrictions on them because we're not seeing any major restrictions. Let's see. So this is the Seven's Road Excel skill. Okay. So can be used the turn you have normal summoned a level 7 or higher Dark or Earth Warrior type monster. Select one face-up monster your opponent controls and change it to defense position. Once per turn.
Okay, that is actually cool.
So not only does that let you beat over monsters, but that allows you to activate Kime Ruler, the Dark Raider's effect. Because remember, the turn you summon Kime Ruler, if your opponent has no attack position monsters, it can attack directly.
That can be a way to close out games, actually.
Mm-hmm.
If you play everything right.
That's right. So this is a great Gavin skill. This skill can be used from turn 4 onwards when you have more than 1,000 life points. Select one level 5 or 6 monster you control. The chosen monster gains 500 attack and can be tributed as 2 tributes for the tribute summon of a monster in attack position until the end of the turn. Monsters you control cannot attack directly during the turn you use this skill. The skill can only be used once per duel. So either...
Yeah,
Go ahead.
No, for me, this is a clear piercing skill.
Yep. It has to be level 5 or 6, though. So it can't be level 7.
Yeah, still, I'm imagining, for example, again, you go for example, Seven's Road Witch. Have her gain 500 attack, use her effect, bring out a Seven's Road Magician.
I mean, you would just use the Seven's Road Excel skill in that case so that you could gain 800 attack.
Yeah, but I guess so.
I think this is going to be. I think this is going to be for Summon Skull.
Oh, you're right.
So 3,000 attack, and it gets to Pierce. Like you play Pierce on it.
The one thing I'm trying to think of how to use the 2 tributes.
That would be This is probably going to be a Roa skill. So you give it to Roa, and then he can use it for his Royal Rebels monsters that care about being tributed with level 5 and level 6.
That makes more sense. Yeah.
All right. Okay, now here's the True Dark Magician skill. Once per turn on level turn 2 and onward, reveal a Dark Spellcaster monster with 1,700 or more defense points from your hand. So it's either Dark Magician or Dark Magician Girl. To add one Dark Magician or Dark Magician Girl from your deck or graveyard to your hand, then send one Dark Spellcaster type monster with 1,700 or more defense in your hand to the graveyard. So, okay. Basically, you reveal Dark Magician Girl, you draw Dark Magician and ditch it, and then your Dark Magician Girl gains 500 attack points.
Mm-hmm.
So, since you can run 3 Dark Magician Girls, and you can only run 1 Dark Magician, this is a great way to make sure that your Dark Magician Girl deck is consistent. You just make sure that you can just mill Dark Magician, and then you have 3 2,500 attack level 6 monsters. Because remember, Dark Magician Girl got buffed. She's 500 attack for each Dark Magician in either player's graveyard.
The one thing though, the mirror of this deck is gonna be fucking insane.
Yeah, because Dark Magician Girl will be 3,000 attack points for level 6.
Yeah. So the only thing, you have to be careful when to use this skill, because if you by dumping Dark Magician onto the graveyard, if you're playing against the same deck as you or another spellcaster deck that cares about that shit, though to be honest, I think there's gonna be a different build. There's a lot of builds that are going up to my mind. Like you can have like a spellcaster build, focus more around Dark Magician, focus more around Seven's Road Witch, the Magician. I wonder if we're gonna get the other Seven's Road cards.
We'll have to see. All right, and then the last skill I want to go over, Roman skill, can be used the turn you normal summon a level 2 or monster on turn 2 or onwards. Set 1 Climax, Finale, or Lullaby from your deck or graveyard to your field. Then if you have 1,000 life points or less, you can gain 1,000 life points once per turn.
That is insane.
So Roman can dance with death every single turn.
Yeah, if you're gonna kill Roman, you better kill her dead.
So this makes up this skill by itself makes up for the fact that we don't start with 8,000, because that's going to be really difficult for Psychic players. But now it's easier to get to the low life point threshold that Psychic players need because we have less life points to start with. And then with this skill, you can just continuously refresh your life points to kind of make sure that you have enough life points to pay your costs, but also that you can constantly stay at 1,000 or below. And I think that indication that you have to be like below 1,000 and you like stable, like you stabilize, but you're still close to 1,000. That is another clear indication we are going to Esperade the Smashing Superstar. The only weird thing is, we've seen like skills for Lightning Bolt Condor, for Seven's Road Magician, for Dark Magician, for potentially for Esperade, for Prima Gitarna, and for Kimi Ruler, and for Urashima the Hermit. I don't think we've seen a clear Yami Ruler the Dark Delayer skill yet.
No, and I think they're holding out on that because they don't want to incentivize slow play on the app.
All right. Well, regardless.
Yeah.
Okay, we've talked about everything. We need to wrap it up. I need to go in about 5 minutes. So, what are your final thoughts?
Okay, so far I am extremely happy as to how the whole thing has been handled. And I really hope, for anyone who has doubt about the format, just give it a chance. Just Konami is doing everything in their power while still trying to make money to give us a very easy entry into the game. And like I said before, a lot of the URs of the start of the game, Seventh Road, Dragias, Yami Ruler, and apparently Prima as well, age very well with time. So if you use this advantage now and buy into the game, you're just gonna have a second game to play within Duel Links. Like, I really cannot emphasize this enough. This is really generous. This is really good, and I'm really excited for it.
I agree. I think this is going to be a fantastic addition to Duel Links. If you are worried about gems, just start another account. Who cares? And if you're not worried about gems, then, just enjoy it. And as far as the people who are concerned that this is going to slow down speed duel content, I think that's a good thing. We've had so much power creep this year. It has been crazy. We had to buy rockets, then we had to buy Red Dragon Archfiend and Quasar, then we had to buy Orcus, then we had to buy
look just how
or Sardix. We had to buy Speedroids, yeah.
Look at just how quickly Speed Race went into tier 1 and then removed immediately. It's just like, it was mostly because of a skill nerf, but I feel like we are going through formats so quickly. If they want to give speed duels longevity, now that we have all the mechanics, all the anime added into the game, they need to slow the fuck down.
Yep.
This is just a Yu-Gi-Oh in general issue, not just speed duels. Like in the real TCG, Yu-Gi-Oh is releasing so much content so quickly that stores are stopping their sales because they lose value immediately.
Yep.
So,
Yeah.
like,
So let's all take a break here. Let's just go back and play Yu-Gi-Oh the way it was meant to be played, with trading, with activating your monster effects and having them resolve, with tribute summoning, um, back and forth, 8-turn duels. I'm looking forward to it.
no negates, no hand traps, no ashes, no maxis, just beating each other in the face with a wooden bat.
Yep. All right. Well, thank you very much for joining me, Chrome. Of course, this is the Gravekeeper Guru, also known as Keeper of Graves or Chrome. He is on the Guild of Gurus Discord under the Sacred Burial Grounds and Crystal Beast Corner threads. You could talk to him anytime. He's always happy to message you all. And then I am Serafi. I was thrilled to have you all with me.